Rolls out of bed around noon. The bedroom smells like a tomb. Cracks open fireball number 4. What is he even fighting for? Flags another channel, calls it war. Nobody really knows the score. Types it up and hits send, then does it all again. Doobie-doobie-doo, where are you? Crying on the internet again. Doobie-doobie-doo, what you gonna do? What you doing this weekend? What you doing this weekend? What you doing this weekend? The bull came around late last night. Jeremy just turned off the light. Melanie Mac put her name on the line, defending a man in a hard decline. She loves Jeremy more than her own man, running defense any way she can. Left her husband on the shelf. Girl, you really outdid yourself. Doobie-doobie-doo, where are you? Crying on the internet again. Doobie-doobie-doo, what you gonna do? What you doing this weekend? What you doing this weekend? What you doing this weekend? Hannah B. Claire makes a face every time he's a disgrace. Her eyes go wide, her brows go up, but she never tells him to shut up. A little felt a subtle look, that's as far as Hannah took. Honey, if you see it clear, why are you still sitting here? Doobie-doobie-doo, where are you? Crying on the internet again. Doobie-doobie-doo, what you gonna do? What you doing this weekend? Doobie-doobie-doo, where you do, man? What you doing this weekend? He's been in the bathroom for an hour. The Rumble number's going sour. The stream is dead and the chat is gone, and nobody noticed he was on. Doobie-doobie-doo, where are you? Hiding on the toilet again. Doobie-doobie-doo, nothing is new. What you doing this weekend? 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 What you doing this weekend?
Oh, I'm on the wrong page out the gate, but holy fucking shit. What the hell is going on? Like, I gotta go right off the bat. Whoa, buddy! Holy shit. This was not planned. This wasn't planned at all. I had a completely different thing planned for tonight. I was gonna be, you know, sitting down and recording my, hey, last week in the quartering news segment that I try to do every Sunday. But because of motherfuckers like, because of the screw retards over there at, fucking, oh, I just had the name of it. Simpcast. Like, my brain is not firing. I had something completely different. This is all last minute. Because of Simpcast and Chrissy Mayer's bullshit, I had to wait till last night to get the last little bits that I needed before I could do the last week of the quartering. And then today fucking happened. Where, hey, yeah, it's gonna be a big one, you know, there's gonna be a lot to go over here. And then Cody, Cam, Cody, Camelot. If you watch this, somebody clip this out, please. Somebody, you know what? Somebody clip this for me. Camelot, I mean this with a lot of love from the bottom of my heart right now. Fuck you. You ruined my entire video. You made me now have to add that in. And then I'm sitting here, I'm just watching this. And it's like, holy shit. This is a video. No, this is no longer a video. This is a fucking stream, because Jesus Christ, what did I just listen to? And I'm going to have to listen to it again tomorrow night. That's how much shit is in this thing. I'm gonna have to re-listen to all this and go like, okay, so she says this, she says this, she says this, she says this, and I'm like, Dermy's not having a good Monday night. No, I'm not. Listen, I was not planning on going live because I saw somebody say it earlier. Am I gonna cover the Kino Casino intro or anything like that? You know what? We might bring that up. It's a little bit dangerous because those guys go off the rails with all the words they say. So we might look into that. But before I go too far, I do have to say, Stan65 sent a GOAT trophy. So thank you for that. I don't know what that means and what that actually translates into, but still, thank you. But we're gonna what is that one? I'm not watching Camelot. Oh, you're gonna be watching Camelot. You're gonna be watching Camelot because that's what we're reacting to. Holy shit. Sydney Watson came out here and dropped nukes. So how was your Monday? My Monday was pretty decent up until now. Like, let me be very clear here. I'm not angry with what's going on here. It's more like, you know, I had a plan. I had this all planned out. I was going to be doing this. It's already going to be taking me forever to do this. So I need to be sitting here and doing this. And then I see on my phone, Camelot's going live. You got to watch this. Fuck, it's Sydney Watson. What the hell? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Sydney nuked. I can't speak. Sydney nuked Jer. Suffer, bitch. That's what I'm thinking. Sydney is Rush and Boeing Jeremy. Yes. And then I see again from the lovely Sherry, she sent a laughing disco ball. Again, I don't know what those translated into, but thank you so very much. And I see you guys. I also said this prior to stream. I said this in the Discord. I said this on Twitter, and I want to be very clear here. Because this was not a scheduled or planned out stream in the slightest, feel free to go watch Kino Casino or do any of that stuff. That I have no problem with that because I wasn't thinking this was actually going to be happening tonight. I was not thinking this was going to be going on. They were about to be crucifying. I literally just had her name again. Chrissy Mayer. Sorry, my brain is not. I'm not in streamer mode. I'm not in streamer mode, and I blame Cam. In all seriousness, shout out Camelot. By the way, I did see that. I got a $2. We got a $2 from Cash Kester saying, damn it, you turned on the ads during stream. Oh, fuck, I did. They should be automated. Fuck, let me double check. Restream forces them. I'm so sorry, guys. And then also YouTube forces them. So let me double check. Manual, cancel. Okay, they are at manual right now. By the way, I see Mr. Wolf over on the Rumble side saying Sydney knows some stuff about Jared. Yes, she does. And she is holding back a little bit. But let's get into, actually, prior to this, I do want to do a big old shout out. I want to do a big old shout out to the Kino Casino boys, because motherfuckers out here just straight up crashing records right now. Look at this. Streisand effect is powerful. What if I told you an unlikely unhinged political commentator might look into this too? I'm sure you've seen it floating on the timeline. I hope it's happening. 16,000 fucking views right now. It's been just going up, guys. It's going up. They be crushing it over there. So shout out to the Giga Boys over there. Shout out to PPP. Shout out to Andy Worski. Those guys are fucking great. Conspiracy theory, Chrissy, not Chrissy, but Sydney dropped this to cover for Chrissy. I doubt it. I think she went a little light on Chrissy, but I doubt it. Just followed them on Kick and watching. Oh, I watch them usually after. Like, I had a whole plan to watch them tomorrow while at work because Kick actually has this thing called background play, unlike Twitch. So I was going to be doing that, but here we are. And the fact that I have on a late night stream, a stream that was not planned, I told you guys multiple times I would not be streaming tonight. The fact that we have 99 people according to YouTube and 101 according to Restream over here, on YouTube right now. You guys are fucking fantastic. I'm so blessed to have you here. Please smash that like button and let's get into this because motherfucker. I want to come over here to Catsburg's, our lovely Catsburg, who's also from Kansas, it turns out. So shout out to them. But let's just take a look at this trending right now. Chrissy Mayr faces backlash for platforming the Quartering's co-host. Chrissy Mayr accused of lying about scripting questions to Melanie Mack. And then Sydney Watson accuses Jeremy of blackmail and threatens to release something. I can't really see that. It bad, boys. It bad. Like this here is fucking insane. And she was talking about this on stream, and I want to show you this. So she just randomly 6 hours ago tweets this out. Dr. Sydney Watson. I didn't know she actually had a PhD, but okay. And I already have 100 fucking comments in my chat. Just shout out to you, boys. Shout out to you. But from Sydney Watson, it has been storming on a ton, super windy, heavy rain, and I haven't spent the entire time worrying about my little bees. Is this what bee motherhood is? Random dude, Wildman Actual says, will you be commenting on the Jeremy Hambley situation? Probably not. I don't think there is anything I can add that hasn't already been said. And at this point, anyone who believes anything he said about me is too far gone. I'd rather focus on my little bees. Yeah. And now we have a stream. So how did that go down? How did that work out? The whole, I'm not going to be streaming. I'm not going to be covering any of this. How did any of that shit work out? She decided to just go on over to GAM and just start talking about it. That is what she decided to do. And now we're here. And this whole thing. So we have DMs from about an hour's worth. We're mainly going to be looking at these and just listen to some of these. We'll skip some super chats. We have an hour's worth. And then she joins. And then she comes the fuck on stream. That's what we have to talk about tonight. So, and I might be joined a little bit later by some people, but we got a show. We got a show. I already jumped ahead a little bit. I will be downloading this after stream because I'm going to use it for my big fucking quartering wrap-up video that I have to work on now. It's the accent. It's disarming and charming, LOL. Simp alert. Reporting in Sergeant Major says Black Cane. And then I see this from, I think it's Corey. I'm trying to see, what are you saying there? Watch Camelot. Sydney panicked when he was reading the dirt from DM conversations and called in to shut down Camelot reading the DM. She said some stuff, but then shut it down. There's a lot of that going around, but let's be fair. She's getting blackmailed. Like, that's the facts right now. She got fucking blackmailed. There's no getting around this. She is being blackmailed by the fat loser cuckold known as the Quartering. So disappointed in Camelot's stream, he was so nervous and said he may lose his channel. Besides taking money from her, there is nothing else. I'm so disappointed in it. I don't get it. There is some more. Like, you could put two and two together on a lot of stuff that was getting said here. But look, here, let's play it. Let's play it. Let's have our discussion. It is a little meh, but I do have some reactions to it that I think, actually, before we go too far, I think they are actually good. Like, I have PPP here. Is it happening? But there was a good one for PPP. Sydney is basically going to cover for this predator rather than expose him because she fears for her and her family's lives. Quartering is a mafia boss and Harvey Weinstein of the right wing, and she needs to actually make a stand for once and release the records instead of letting him prey on more women. But he would also follow this up with, we can't blame Sydney, folks. Even though I'm mad, she has clearly been compromised by Jeremy's threats and blackmail. She is a woman scared for her own safety and family because of the Quartering's intimidation and threats. It is Jeremy Hambley that is to blame, and we must stand against him and his intimidation, threats, and blackmail. He's a monster! All I have is that clip from, Game of Thrones where you have Sansa go like, he's a monster. That's all I have. Every time I think about this, I have her in my head just going like, he is a monster. I don't know if she backed out or if she kind of got a little scared. That's why, because what does she have over her? Or he have over her. There's a lot of crazy stuff here. I gave up on a Melanie Mac over a year ago. She's not very smart and contradicts her several times a day. Well, she's retarded. What do you expect? But let's get this going on.
We have a long statement, guys. So let's jump into it. And I only need to like redact one thing, roughly.
There was a lot more that he had to end up redacting.
I'll proofread as I go, because this all just happened within the last hour. Okay.
No, she said that she does have something on family stuff. Like there is stuff that I think she's trying to downplay what it was, but he does have some stuff.
So we're gonna redact that just so I have my stuff. Oh, fuck. Don't boomer right now. This is not the time to boomer, guys.
You missed the Camelot stream?
No.
Well, here we are.
Okay. All right. Now let's start it. We're going to jump right in. And we're going to start from the very first. Oop, there we go. All right.
And because this just happened, this is a little rough on my end too. I'm so sorry about that. That's why I keep BGM on. I got some other stuff. We also got some statements we can go over. A lot of this will be put into my big Jeremy fucking video I still have to make. God damn it.
Look, I got to be honest, guys. I'm kind of nervous. So I just, bear with me. A little nervous. So let's just jump right into this, because this is going to be a little rough. All right. So first things first. Just making sure Okay. All right. So I messaged Sydney earlier.
I don't disagree with that, Corey.
I was simply, I had this idea. So here, let me tell you how this happened real quick. I saw Sydney liked my post about the quartering betraying his friends should affect his mental health more than.
I disagree that this was bad. I disagree that this was bad, gamer. I think this is. We did get some insight on some stuff, but you did try to correct the record on some things, but it's still fucked up what we were getting from here. Like, I don't think this is as bad as what you think it was. I met Sydney. She's a lovely, intelligent young lady. Well, she's Aussie, so. What's the real bar here? Why is he so nervous? It was not a big deal. He's on 3 strikes and quartering is still out there for blood. So that's why.
Just being on X, which he never left anyway. He deleted X, but he said he's taking a break from X, but he's been on it all day on his stream scrolling, so he's not actually taking a break.
He has like 50 different fucking burner accounts. Of course he's still on X.
So she liked my tweet about that. So I was like, oh wow, Sydney, I haven't talked to Sydney in a while, And I was like, you know what? Let me ask her something.
Exactly. He's nervous that he doesn't want to read out something and get in trouble. Like what he's doing here was big until she came on. I will say she kind of pulled it back a little bit, but it is still like a big thing that got said here. There is some big shit here.
So I messaged her, and Sydney has always been super, super cool with me. So she replied. So here's what I said. I know this is likely a wild inquiry, but if you ever want to pop on my show for 30 minutes or something in the future to give your take on this quartering mess, you're welcome and invited. And shockingly enough, she immediately responded. She says, the reason I'm not okay, hold on. This is not the redacted version. I mean, it doesn't, to be fair, it's not a big deal, but just to have my bases covered. To be honest, it probably wouldn't mean anything if I showed it, but because it's not really very.
Exactly. Salty Australian. He's on his very last strike. Any wrongdoing, he can end up like losing it all. He has like a lot of money right now sitting on his YouTube backend. He could lose it all overnight. That's how dangerous this is.
Is that it?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on streaming. I wasn't, and then this happened.
I didn't show anything, but anyways, there we go. All right. So she said she didn't want to come on the show for a certain reason. And it's
why pull it back though? Probably because she's terrified. I think she's trying to make it seem like there's less shit there. I think he actually has a lot of shit that she doesn't want out there. I think she does, and I think she's trying to like downplay some of this stuff. I that's what I think. I love you, brother. I'm just pissed that he backed down. Yeah, there was a big thing, but there was worse. Cody would not be that nervous over the T situation. I do think maybe she stopped him before he said something she doesn't want out there. That might be what happened. Like she did try to pulled the emergency ripcord is what I'm willing to bet happened there. But we'll keep going through this because we're barely even in it, guys. We're gonna be here for a little while. We're here for the long haul, and there's still apparently a third stream tonight. I don't know who's doing the third stream. I don't know if that's gonna be not Prof. I don't know if that's supposed to be Flash or who. There's like a third stream planned for tonight that somebody's gonna be going over some more information.
Because the quartering has threatened her directly with something. Okay, and the other person, there's another person involved. There's multiple people involved that have threatened her with something. Okay, so she didn't want to do it. Now this changes pretty quickly, I'm gonna be honest, and we start getting pretty much in the nitty gritty. Okay. All right. Okay.
You don't mean not Daily Wire, but the Blaze stuff. Like when you think of everything she's been through so far, I'm not trying to be a simp right now. And I have my criticisms of Sydney Watson. Let me be very clear here. I have a big criticism and a big gripe with Sydney Watson, particularly that lawsuit that she had with the Blaze. That was a bad lawsuit. There's no getting around that. That lawsuit was objectively awful for her. She was utilizing a whole bunch of like feminist talking points and basically trying to say that they discriminate against people that aren't Christian. Like that was a bad lawsuit for her. I got my gripes and criticisms, and I think, come on, honey. But she's also been through a fuck ton, and she's dealt with some really bad people. The lawsuit ended up basically ending with they can't talk about it. Like she's on an NDA with that lawsuit. That's how that ended, Bowsette.
Do this. Okay. I actually have a better plan to do this on the fly. That's not going to take forever. And actually, I can do it instantly if I just do it this way. Okay. Oh, okay, it worked. Cool. All right. Here we go. I said, of course, that's what I imagined. I kind of got the vibe there was a bad falling out because, she alluded to that immediately from the beginning. She says, yes, I fucking hate him, which I was like, oh, damn. He literally could have made me less of an enemy if he just shut his fat fucking face when shit went down. Damn. But he could not help himself. I said, I figured I would ask. I have to zoom in a lot, guys. So I have to keep pulling up the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. But I can just hit over. Okay.
With all the cult-like behavior and wait, my chat just jumped. Give me a second. With all the cult-like behavior and blackmail against women, I think the Jeremy Nixium link needs to be investigated more thoroughly. It keeps seeming more cult-like every day. I don't disagree there. Like she even talks about how he preys. He does prey on weak, vulnerable women. Like there is a lot of weird stuff here. He said several times he wanted to respect Sydney's request on how much he could share. This is why he gets the info. He respects the source. Yeah. I'm all fine with that. Like I do have some of these DMs. We have as much as we can. I haven't asked Cody for them. I've gotten what like the public has. I'm not gonna reach out there and go like, hey, can I have all the DMs? Why would I do that? He's trying to respect the source and respect what she wants out there.
All right. I'm just gonna read some excerpts from this next one because it's got a little bit of personal stuff in it, and then I think that should be it for us with the redacting stuff. I said all this happened because of his own words, and she's like, I would love to come on, but I'm intensely private. Jeremy, I'm paraphrasing. Jeremy he knows some information and that she doesn't want out, and he has zero morals, and he keeps threatening to basically dox all of her information if she ever speaks out about any of this.
I mean, that's true. Derm, I don't mean to be critical. I'm sorry. I just felt like he overplayed the situation. I love Kobe. I don't think he overplayed it. I think maybe you had it built up a little bit more in your head, and maybe you expected something a little bit more than what we got, but we still got some good shit here. We did get some good shit here. Might not be like this is the end, but it is still some good shit.
Okay. There you go. All right. Jared, just stay offline and mow your dog, please. All right. So now I think we're probably caught up with stuff we need to kind of avoid showing. There wasn't a lot. Probably nothing really very dangerous, but I told her I would, and I want to keep to that. So,
see, even right there, like, hey, I told you I would, and I'll keep it like that. Like he is trying to respect what she wants out there, what she doesn't want out there. He is at least trying to respect that shit.
Here we go. Now. Oh shit. Oh, I'm reading them. All right, let's go. Let's go. Fuck it. Boop, boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. Blackmail. Of course, yes. So she said, I said, you're right about that. As someone right in the middle of the stuff, Jeremy has little to no recourse. No one believes anything he says, but you're right. Better safe than sorry. Because Jeremy is obviously going to make up stuff left and right and center to try to discredit anybody, which it's not going to work, but Jeremy is so consumed with like Xanax and alcohol that it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't even matter at this point anymore. She said he's such a I said,
does she believe that will stop the W from releasing her private info though? No, that's why she says it's probably going to come out after this. Like she legitimately thinks it's going to be coming out, so we have to be on the eyes for that.
He called a buddy of mine and told him that he was broke and being forced to stream because of Rumble. I probably shouldn't have fucking showed this. Well, yeah, I would have. Yeah, so I'll just give you guys the deets on that. The Quartering wants to quit streaming desperately, but Rumble will not let him. He has to stream every day on Rumble.
See, like so stuff like what he just said there. It makes sense. Jer sucks at fucking streaming. He doesn't have any charisma. He doesn't have anything there. He fucking sucks at it. That's why he's trying to bring everybody on. That's why today's stream was just such a fucking shit show. He hates streaming and he's forced to fucking keep doing it because he's on the verge of fucking bankruptcy and they're forcing him to do it at this point in time. So you know what? Fuck him. Fuck him. Let him suffer for all I care. If you hate it so much, you brought yourself into this. You're trying to break. You're on the verge of bankruptcy. Fuck you. Suffer.
He does not want to stream. He hates streaming. He hates his chat. He hates everything about it. He doesn't want to be involved with streaming anymore.
Black Kane, he's already on Twitter. He's already on Twitter, brother.
He basically has anxiety attacks the whole stream because everybody's calling him a cuck in the chat, and he can't take any criticism at all. So he's been pleading. I'm pretty sure. You know, I'm implying that he's been pleading with Rumble to get out of it, and Rumble won't let him get out of it. So suffer,
yeah, suffer.
Sydney says, Sydney's such a good person. I love Sydney, man. She says he's such a liar. He used to call me drunk too, say all kinds of shit. And we're going to get to that, by the way. Keep in mind, this is like the third slide out of like a billion. I got a point. I got to the point where I had...
You hear what he said? This is the third slide out of like a billion. There's a lot of slides we didn't get to. There's a lot of slides we didn't get access to. So there's some shit there that we aren't aware of.
To record all of our calls because he says all this crap and then immediately walks it back the next day. Sound familiar? Does this sound familiar to anybody? He said he would go scorched earth and like ruin everybody's life.
Corey, I don't disagree. I think he does want to sell off everything. I think that's his whole goal here, and it's not working because everybody sees the value of his actual name. It's like $2.
Tomorrow, and then he wakes up the next day and says he's too big for it. He's too important, too big. Everybody's lesser than him, right? That's what he does, right? Remember, that's what he does. The recordings, yes, yellow.
Oh shit, I forgot. He said that somebody's releasing a phone call tonight. Oh shit, I forgot. He said somebody's supposed to be releasing a phone call tonight. Somebody recorded a phone call. Oh shit, I forgot all about that. And by the way, Phantom GB with a 5. Sorry, I'm late to the stream. I had to go take a quartering. Hey, no bad, but no problem, guys. Again, this was not a planned stream. There was something completely different. This is just taking my whole time. I completely forgot. I don't remember where it is, but Cam said there's a phone call. There's a recorded phone call between somebody and the quartering, and that's supposed to be releasing tonight. As bad as Jeremy is, getting blown the fuck out like this all over the internet is my worst nightmare, lol. Oh, I would hate to be right here. I would hate it.
Recordings, yes, right. I wonder what could happen with those. Make sure you subscribe. Oh, anyways, so look, guys, I know I'm like kind of stuttering. I'm like really.
Well, he said that he wasn't the one that was gonna be releasing the call, gamer. He said somebody else was gonna be releasing the call. So I don't know who's releasing the call.
Really nervous about all this because it's just gonna keep getting more and more and more and more wild. So, Bearing, what's up, brother? Okay, I'm making sure I'm trying not to show crazy stuff. She's like, I felt like I was going insane working with him. Felt constantly like
the quartering won't give Jeremy a night off from the drama. No, he won't. And then yikes, powerful Quill member for 8 months. Shout out to you. I'm taking a quartering and wiping my Melanie. Good one.
I was being gaslit. The funny thing is, let's move to the next one. The funny thing is, I'm so glad these are in order. I was really worried they were going to be. Yeah, let's just zoom in on that bad boy. She says, the funny thing is, when he approached me to work and stream together, I told him I would not work with another alcoholic. And if he wanted to team up, he had to be sober. He agreed, and it quickly fell through. No shit, right? What happened the other day? He quit drinking cold turkey. The next day, guess what happened?
Yeah.
Guess what happened? The next day, what happened? Yeah, he got caught drinking Fireball shooters. Like a degenerate. Who drinks Fireball shooters? The liquor, the wine-based. He drinks the wine-based alcohol shooters, not the whiskey one. That's how down bad my boy is. My dog's barking. You hear him? All right.
I see somebody. Oh shit.
Give
me power back. God damn it. I see somebody. If Hannah releases a call and personal DMs, is her career salvageable? I don't know. What started all this? It's been nothing but Jeremy getting drunk, peeing, creeping, and reporting. Am I missing something? No, this is just who Jeremy is. This has been Jeremy for fucking years now. If you go watch the June the King documentary, this has always been who he has been. Jeremy shouldn't have toyed with the Sonichu medallion. Well, that might have been fake, but still. Someone needs to ask Sydney who was worse, Jeremy or Elijah. She has said Elijah is still worse than Jeremy.
He's trying to garner sympathy or something. Dude's a strange dude. He claimed he's going to expose me on X and then walks back to the next day.
Guys, I have 172 people watching concurrently right now. Shout out to all you guys. You guys have been fucking fantastic. Again, impromptu stream. I'm so sorry, but 60 likes. Let's go.
Just like he did with Craig, just like he did with everybody else. Yellow Flash, he's going to scorch earth and expose all of us.
If I'm behind watching a video, it's a lot. I don't know how many more that he ended up having because I ended up going through, like, he started reading super chats and that's when I stopped.
She says he gets drunk, talks insane shit, then he sobers up and realizes it's a bad idea. All right. All right. And I said, let's be fair, he deserves it. I posted the Ren Fair video because he struck my channel. I didn't realize that would go viral and he would get banned from all the Ren Fair entertainment stuff. All right. She said, oh my God, I saw that. Well, maybe he shouldn't be a fucking predator.
He is a predator. He's a major predator. It's not even close. Elijah Schaefer is worse. That dude is an actual child predator. Yes. Yes. Jer fucked her over big time. Don't get me wrong. But Elijah is so much worse.
Problem is, if I say anything, his entire house of cards going down. I know some private shit about his personal life. That makes everything make sense because I'm not sure of how I feel about publicly exposing that. I've said nothing. We're getting to it, boys. We're getting to it. All right. I know I'm having to work my way through these. Okay. Right here, I said he told me that normal people, the Ren Fair behavior was completely normal, and normal guys basically walk around filming women. I said, I guess I'm not a real dude. She says, no, they don't. What the fuck? And then she sparks out. This is something City does a lot, which I really enjoy.
Nobody cares says he saw the Camelot stream. Yeah, this guy's a major predator. 100%. This guy's disgusting, and it's fucking awful what he gets away with.
She just spams the keyboard. She's like, it makes me so angry. All right, next.
Just check the channel and Jared. Yeah, well, that was gonna be my fucking video, but this.
I say I'm going off on stream. I'm actually quite a few levels of frustrated. I'm usually super calm, and I said you have an open invite, of course. And that's when she said, let me think about it. I just don't know if I want to be involved. I'm just proofreading to make sure I don't say anything a little bit wild here.
See, he's even double checking to make sure like what he says is not something that he shouldn't be saying. And like when she comes on, she starts talking about like, hey, I'm cutting in and out because I'm pacing back and forth because I'm nervous and I'm concerned and I'm struggling with this. Like there's some stuff here that she didn't want out that he might have accidentally said something. We have a bad time going on. Cody Mayer and Sydney Mack. I disagree with that one.
Okay, here we now we're gonna start getting into some real ass shit. You guys ready? This next one is about Publica. So Jeremy claimed that he gave Sydney Watson $250,000 and she just pocketed the money. She pocketed it, boys.
I remember that stream too. Well, no, that video, and I've been trying to find copies of it. I can't. That's my biggest problem here. I can't find some of these things because you've been deleting shit. So I have a fucking clip of goddamn Brittany Venti going over it, and I glitched out there. That's why I paused. But I have a clip of Brittany Venti going over it where he's reacting to the DMs that got leaked when she's talking about it, where he says, I gave her $500,000. It's like, why the fuck? No, $250,000. What? All that was bullshit, by the way. She didn't get any of that shit.
She just kept the money and just betrayed Jeremy for no reason. It looks like that's not actually what happened. Here we go. Actually, one thing I do want to put on the record, despite the lies Jeremy told, I was the only person who never got paid a single cent when the Publica thing was happening. Jeremy might have fronted the whole thing financially, but also every dollar went to him. And when I asked to see the books, he'd give me the runaround. Or when I asked if I could buy him out, he kept insisting I give him 100 or 200K. He pulled these random numbers out of his ass. Just completely out of his ass, boys.
Brown's I cannot. Bronze. I highly disagree. I'm gonna call you Bronze because I can barely say your name. Bronze. I highly disagree. I think we got a lot more here than what you are guys expecting. I think you guys had to build up a whole lot bigger in your mind. It is less than we thought, but there's still a lot here that you guys are probably overlooking right now. It is fucking still insane.
What a fuck face. What a fuck face. Scam alert. He describes it as you getting $250,000 and then betraying him. What a fuck face. She said that is insane and never happened. All right. She says, you're welcome to legit read out what I said to you. I don't know if I want to talk myself between, and this comes back up a few times as well to match what I said earlier. Between Elijah Schaefer and all this shit, I'm so burned out on being involved in drama and being associated with drama. This isn't who I want to be online, which I totally get that. I totally get that. I mean,
I'm tired of the drama, honestly, but guess what? Drama is what we got right now. Drama is all we got. It is what it is because everything else is just boring and bland. And I see Legata saying most likely he saw his numbers going down and decided to alter things. Yeah, he switched up his content because of the numbers, because he can't actually change anything. He's not good. Again, go back to that June the King documentary. He did the same thing when it came to the unsleeved media. Numbers started dipping. He started causing chaos and drama and blaming everybody else and saying everybody else is burning down along with him.
Kind of like me, except here I am. It's what I'm good at. It's talking to people and reading. And now, to be fair,
agreed, Hammond. All that stuff he was saying aloud, you just say in your head. I'd never say half the shit aloud that I say in my head. God damn it. If I did, I'd probably be deleted from YouTube by now.
The recording's really easy to read, All right. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure we're all good. But yeah, I never, ever made any money on TP. I also worked for free. I coordinated all our people, edited their videos, edited their writing. I was the content person. He contributed very little, but he would call me and badger me all about it. Again, this is actually part of the record I'd like to set straight because it is insane to suggest I made $250,000 when I didn't see a single dollar.
You guys heard that, right? That whole $250 million or $250,000 or however fucking much money it was. She never got a single dollar from any of that. She did all the work over at Publica and all that. She did all that stuff. She made sure the shit was actually running right. Got nothing. Got jack shit from that. And again, from Bronze, I watched from the intro video to him rating Casino. Once she got on the call, she played victim as if didn't call in. If anything, she ruined her witness with the poor mouthing pre-Publica. I think that's one of the things that she's scared of. But again, I don't know what else he has. That's part of the problem. Brie Larson and Rachel Zegler, he had nothing else without the anti-SJW grift. Yep. And what did Corey say? Oh, yeah. Okay, we're agreeing there. Remember when Jeremy asked Elon to be CEO of Twitter and had a bunch of typos in his post? LOL? Yeah, because he was more than likely hungover.
Ooh, fraud alert. Fraud alert. I said, that's Jeremy's MO. He likes to boast about how much money he gives to people who just betray him for no reason. And she says, yes, it's insane. And that's what started me to distance myself. All right, let's go to the next one.
Is that a good game, says Hammond? Yes.
All right, here's a big, we're going to get into something here where he actually just stole money from her, completely separated from the Publica thing. Completely separated. He just stole money from her, and this is wild. Okay, let me take a swig. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like it.
You were forced into retirement. Jared blocked you. Hope others continue the fight. Oh, I'll continue the fight, buddy. I will continue suffer. Oh, God, I didn't want to watch this stream today. It was so hurt. It hurt. It hurt so badly.
All right. Here we go. I don't know how this is legal, by the way. But yeah, he unironically stole money with it. Thank you, one in Pulse, for 2,000 kicks. Appreciate you, brother. I hate how I can't see subs on Kick. Oh, I know how to do it.
The fact that we have almost 200 people watching right now is fucking insane. You guys are fucking awesome. And by the way, we're at 72 likes. Can we get those likes up to 100? I believe in you guys.
Sorry, guys. I'm just making sure I ain't missing anything. I know you guys are freaking chopping at the bit. Trust me, I am too. Thank you, 401 Social Skill. I love you, buddy. 3 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. Jesus,
stop
guys.
it, Kel.
You guys need to settle down on Kick. What the hell's going on? 00. Thank you, buddy, for your sub. Adderall gifted 5 subs. Adderall. Thank you, buddy. Agent Orange, 1,000 kicks. I love you, buddy. Here's some support from One Nups. Thank you, buddy. And Felt Cell Phone. Thank you. Old School. Thank you. Bohemes, 5 gifted subs. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Capybaras.
That's not entirely true, Bronze. She does end up saying like he has information that she doesn't want out there. That's the real thing.
Porter, I love you, buddy. I appreciate you for your kickies. One nope, 5 gifted subs. Jesus, guys, you guys are insane. I can't even keep it straight. All right, I'm caught up. Thank you, guys. All right, let's go. Just want to get those out of the way. Here we go.
I should have skipped through those, but I forgot. Sorry.
Blue.
Here we go.
Don't do it, bro. What caused me to start to diss myself and dislike him immensely actually had to do with my tea company. You guys ready? This is wild. When I read this, I was shaking with anger. When I was gearing up to launch, he said he would do my fulfillment for me from his 3PL. So we had a lot of phone conversations about costs, etc. He said he wasn't trying to make money off of me, and I said, great. Foreshadowing, everyone. Foreshadowing. Maybe we can help you get better shipping rates for your coffee with the increased quantity of shipments, including my tea.
What is the likely outcome of Jeremy when this is all over? Sorry for interrupting this, but I see cattle free land. Best case scenario, he becomes DSP or he just goes away. Worst case scenario, I don't want to think about the worst case scenario. I don't want to think about it. That was another shocker in the June documentary. He gives away his old streaming gear to this girl he's got a crush on, claimed it cost him over $1,000, then tries to crowdfund off of it. Yeah, that was for, just had her name. Trillium. That was that Trillium stuff, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Trillium. And I talked about Trillium in one of my videos. I brought her up, and now I'm looking at it in a much darker light, and it's like, I wish I didn't bring that up, because now I'm looking at that. Worst case scenario, he, yeah, electrifies a dog and keeps streaming. Maybe himself. Best case scenario, locale. Worst case scenario is probably not safe for YouTube discourse. Yes, I am scared for the worst case scenario, because I do think that might end up happening. The dude's so unhinged, unhealthy, the things that he does to himself. I'm scared the worst case scenario will end up having fudging, as says Cash Kester. They're off. Oh, now they're on again. Motherfucker, I turned those fucking things off. Okay, I'm setting it to, should be off now, but they will still, according to Jed, they still run no matter what. So I'm going to set them to manual. And by the way, Pokemon9935 for $2 says, found you, Savvy and Camelot, unsubbed from Evil Jer. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, buddy. DSP is the cockroach of gaming. That's true. Kind of disappointing. People are treating her like Chrissy. She's not like Chrissy. Chrissy is a much worse person, and I have a reason to believe Chrissy's a much worse person. And we might go into that towards the end of this as to why I believe Chrissy is pure and utter evil.
I don't expect people to make $0, but I understand business. I thought it was so cool he prepared to break even to help me. Like, wow, it's awesome, right? Anyway.
I mean, that's what he told all of us. He didn't get any money to do all this. He didn't get any money at all. That was one of his things that he went out there and told everybody. I wish I had those fucking clips, but he deleted them all. He went out there and said, I did all of this shit for free. It actually cost me money. Kino Casino or live at Kick. I am well aware of that. Double A. Yes. This was not a planned stream, to be honest with you.
Didn't turn out like that at all. Without boring you with the detail, 3PLs charge anywhere from 50 cents, maybe $1.75 per item, depending on what it is, to pack and ship. Usually it'll be $1 for the first item, then maybe 30 to 70 cents for every item after. So say someone...
How many more viewers are you averaging since Kino Casino unfairly removed from YouTube? I feel like it doubled at least. Oh, doubled? You think my viewers doubled? Say more like quadrupled. Dude, I was getting shit views before all this. I was doing it for the love of the game. Now it's fucking fun and awesome. Why is everyone selling tea and coffee? It's the easiest one to sell. Legitimately, it is the easiest one to sell. Most people think that it's just the best one to do. It's easy to gather up and sell all that stuff, even though she starts trying to say that it's a whole lot harder than it looks. No, everybody does it because it's the easiest one out of everything that you could potentially sell on YouTube outside of just opening up a merch shop. Teas, cocos, all that. It is something that everybody fucking drinks. Everybody apparently likes it. So that's why they do it. And it's actually kind of a dumb idea because not everybody drinks coffee and there's so much, the market's basically oversaturated at this point in time.
Was packing a 4-pack of tea, they charge $1, then say 50 cents 3 times for $2.50 for the whole package. 3PLs charge you for everything, including boxes. Ooh. Too late, Ram. Too late.
Cindy definitely did not lie about not knowing what the big deal was, just to collect the super chats and not address the issue. Sydney just pumped the brakes on DM. Not even the same ballpark. Agreed. Oh, 100% agreed. One of the big things here, we'll talk. I was gonna save it for my video, but I'll bring it up now. Chrissy, actually, I have like evidence. Camelot's the one that gave me the evidence when he went on Goodyear's stream last night. He openly said Chrissy was he openly said in his discussions with Chrissy Mayer, Chrissy planned this. The stream with Melanie Mac. She knew the drama. She told Camelot she knew the drama. Her whole plan was to get Melanie Mac on there, cause a bunch of shit, and then profit off of it. She's done this before, multiple times before. She has caused a bunch of drama, shit, and then profited off of it. This is not the first time she's done this. It won't be the last time she does this. But the next time she probably won't be as profitable because for quite frankly, she really fucked up this time. What she did this time is just downright disgusting. She knew exactly what she was planning on doing, and it was all for that dollars. That's all she did it for, was for dollar bills. Oh, what the fuck did I do there?
All right. Building the boxes and adding special things to the order, etc. We talked a bunch before we decided to go with Jeremy, and it was
the info sheet. I don't know if that's true, Bronze. I don't know if that's true, but it might be true. It might be true. 800 plus her last night. Yeah. Oh, dude, Castle Freeland. She made about $3,000 last night. Yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing. And then Stance, dude, I can't wait to see all the receipts and everything in chronological order of this drama. I have had a lot of them already out. You can go check them right now from start to finish. I try to keep all this stuff like chronologically as best as I can. That's why this one actually kind of screwed it all up, because now I need to do it. This is going to be its own special video when I get to it. I need the time to do all that. But then Blended Head for $5 says, keep up the energy, Jeremy built his creeper castle on sand. He gets what he deserves. I agree. This is 100% his own doing. Everything you're saying. I keep having fuckers. The next fucking time I see a sweeper, I see somebody trying to say this is bullshit drama, the next time I see all that, it becomes really hard not to Fed post. It is becoming harder and harder every single day. And I have a friend that tried to get me to do that. That's how disgusting it is. But I see the people go like, well, Kato Casino should have just kept it, not talked or said anything. They should have just not done any of this. They did it to themselves. Oh my God, if they just didn't do any of this stuff, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Motherfuckers, I'm going solo real quick. I'm going solo because this whole talking point pisses me off so fucking much. Jeremy spread bullshit claims about Matt Jarbo's kid. Okay? Kept saying that Matt Jarbo's kid isn't actually his kid. He talked about fucking Brie Larson in 200 plus goddamn fucking videos. And raged about Brie Larson. Think about what he did to fucking that Sprankle, Christine Sprankles. What he did to her. Eliza Blue, Jack Murphy, Tim Pool. He's done all of this shit for fucking years. And the next fucking person that tells me, oh, we can't be doing this, we can't be doing this, we can't be doing this, I will fucking yell and I will shout you down. I will make an example of you. I'm sick of it. I'm so fucking sick of it. By the way, Adam says that he's in Discord.
Big, gay, hairy sex.
Hello, Adam. Here, let me share the screen with you.
Hi.
Let me,
Hi.
I think your volume is good. Speak one more time.
Hello.
Yeah, you are a little quiet. Why are you so quiet?
Quiet.
Yeah, you are quiet.
Is it a you thing?
No, it's...
Is it a me thing?
No, you sound better now. You sound a little better now. But I had to crank you all the way up.
Really?
Yeah, okay, now
I was
you're...
fine last night. That's weird. Anyway.
Now you're starting to sound better.
Hello, everybody. Sorry. I would have been here sooner, but... pre-scheduled thing had to do tonight. But I'm here now at Jeremy's request. You asked me to be here, so here I am.
Yeah.
What's going on? What? Catch me up. Catch me up.
Okay, catch you up. So, what we have so far, and again, chat, you guys are fucking fantastic and you are amazing. It was, I'm not going to say that it was a dud of a night. I don't believe we were at a dud of a night at all. I know there's a lot of people trying to say that we are at a dud of a night. This was not a dud of a night. This is actually, yes, he's Adam. It is what it is. Make the jokes, I guess. I don't care.
Yeah, we've done it. Let's move on.
Yeah. Anyways, so what we have so far is Sydney Watson, who used to be one of the co-hosts with The Quartering, came out and gave Camelot a bunch of DMs and said, go over
I heard
a
about
lot
this
of them.
last night. Yeah, I heard about this was going to happen. Yeah.
There was also apparently a phone recording that somebody has that is going to be releasing tonight. We don't know if that's going to come out. There's something
that could be illegal. That you got to be careful with phone recordings. That could be illegal. Got to be careful with that.
And I get a lot of people saying we didn't learn anything new. We learned a lot more than what you guys are believing that we learned. We learned a lot more. Right now we're on. She did a handshake agreement with him to help with her tea, and she completely stole from him. Stole from her.
Okay. Never do just a handshake. Always get everything in writing.
Yeah.
Everything in writing.
He stole a lot from her. She actually lost tons of money when it came to actually working with the Quartering. He goes around saying that she gave her about $25,000. No, $2,500,000. Like $250,000. And now we're here. And she never got any of that money. Everybody else did, and he pocketed it all. I don't know if we got into when it came to ProPublica, she wanted to start doing it all, and he said that you must actually pay me in order to actually own ProPublica. You need to give me a bunch of money for that.
I wonder if that qualifies as embezzlement.
I'd be willing to say so. And I see Braun still saying the phone call isn't coming out. Nobody wants that legit legal smoke. I think it might come out. It might come out because there's still a third person that's supposedly streaming tonight that we don't know about. So we will see. But then Black Kane for a 5. Adam, did you know Dermy was in the same unit as Brandon Herrera and has 6 medals of honor?
I know that he's seen some things.
I have seen some things.
No normal man should see.
I have
through
seen
people.
some things. Yes. But that's pretty much where we're at now. We're actually at the T-boxing where the handshake agreement fucked her up.
Really? Because
what is the tea boxing? I'm not familiar with that.
So she has a tea company.
Like actual tea company. I was saying actual tea company.
She has a tea company.
Okay.
She has a tea company while he had a coffee company. She said that he would help her out, and it didn't work out well. He stole from her. Words. I got him.
Okay.
So yes.
Let's do it.
He had a handshake agreement that he wouldn't fuck me over. Well, it is Jeremy Hambley, everybody. It is Jeremy Hambley. Okay. Keep in mind, I want you to see this last sentence right here. We agreed on $2.50 a box. How much does anybody in the chat predict it ended up being?
Adam, I already know the answer, but what do you think it ended up being?
All right, so let me make sure I understand the game here. Agreed that she would get $2.50.
No,
per box.
It would cost her $2.50 per box. Like per box of items.
And we're going over under?
Over under. Yeah, let's go over under. What do you think her price ended up being?
I'm gonna throw caution to the wind, $10 a box.
You're incredibly wrong.
Oh,
It's ba-
incredibly
it's
wrong.
bad. It's bad what he did. And then Mo Sislak for $9.99. I'll give you that penny and make it a 10. It's not that we learned nothing new, but it was not what Camelot advertised at all. He was making it like we had definitive proof of everything, and Sydney clarified he was wrong and wrong over and over. I think she stopped something. That's what I'm getting at. I think she stopped something because when we get to her coming on, she talks about how she's pacing throughout the house, and she only does that when she's nervous. I think she's trying to stop something from being said because she is a little bit scared.
Legally scared,
Jeremy
or
Hamley is some
Potentially doxing scared, and potentially stuff that she does not want out there kind of scared. Like maybe somebody said it as a joke. It might be pictures of her down under.
Whoa, we're talking OnlyFans.
Potentially. I don't know. I'm just
ladies.
I'm throwing that out there as a possibility because she was scared of something.
Ladies, if you are not a simple e-thought that has nothing else going for your life, don't send pictures, don't make videos, just don't do it. Don't do it. Your man wants to see you in person, not in a picture.
We will see if anything comes out. I don't think something will because I think he's too much of a pussy and the heat's way too hot right now. But we will see. I don't think it's that, but it...
When I said OnlyFans, I just use that as just trying to discreetly say, you know, diddle ma diddle.
Something he has access to something that she does not want out. That's what we know for sure.
That
Quartering is
could destroy her life. It could destroy her life.
Make her life a living hell. Yes. I don't think that it's porn, guys. I'm gonna be very clear here. I don't think that it's porn, but it's something she definitely doesn't want out there. So that's like the most extreme thing I have off the top of my head. It could easily be that doxing information and other information, cheating on boyfriends and shit like that.
I haven't kept track of Sydney Watson since the whole beer to shame shit, you know, all that, that cuck. So I have no idea what she's been up to since. That's the last time I paid attention to her with that dumb asshole. So I have no idea what's going on with her these days.
And Tiny said she does imply that it's drama she doesn't want, and there's some stuff that he has that she does not want out there. But that's pretty much it. And by the way, guys, we are at 101 likes. Thank you so much. With 211 people watching, I can't afford to gift out more members right now, so give it some time. But once I get the YouTube payout, we'll keep those membership things going. Okay, guys, so thank you so much for being here. You guys have been fucking fantastic.
What you have to have a contract with. Jeremy Hamley knows this. So Jeremy Hamley will openly manipulate you, right?
Yes. By the way, I don't mean to pause this. I see Hey Bus 99. Why would any woman send a picture of her clown pocket to the quartering of all people? Again, that's just me speculating. I do not know if that's true. Don't be running around with that. That is just me making a random suggestion because it is something that she says that she's implying she does not want out there. That's why I said it. And it could legitimately just be doxing stuff. That's the reason I'm trying to be like, it could be this, it could be this. But she was very nervous of something getting out there. So.
A lot of you are getting really close in the chat, actually. A lot of you are way under. Woo! It's crazy. Jeff, yeah, you're under.
I'll let him tell you how much it was.
What did Jeremy Hamley say early on in his career?
And I'll get
in
to
a very early YouTube clip. He said he was extremely good at sales, manipulating people and tugging on heartstrings. Remember that? Yeah, he still utilizes this shit to the day. Right? So here we go. We agreed on $2.50 per box. We took this to mean per completed box. He ended up charging me $2.50 per item.
You know what that means, right, Adam?
That means every box inside the box.
Yeah. Every item inside the box. Every item inside of it. So if you put out a box with 10 items in there,
yep,
that's fucking exorbitant amounts of money. She lost a bunch of money on this shit. Like that's how bad this got. And then Black Cane for a 5. I think Sydney held back because she wants to have potential for mutually assured destruction. If he doxes or leaks, she can open the floodgates. That could also be true. That could also be true of what's going on here.
This is a chess game in a way.
Yeah, everything you're seeing here is a little bit movements. And then you have to be somebody like me who's terminally online and picks up on like little things that everybody says and goes back to it. Like I already said it. I firmly believe, actually, I know for a fact that Chrissy Mayer knew exactly what she was doing on both Wednesday and yesterday. And I knew that because Camelot said it last night, and not a whole lot of people are picking up on that. Went on Jared's stream and said, yeah, she knew. She planned this all out. So
I don't think she planned the level of blowback though.
not the level of blowback, but she wanted to insert herself into the drama.
Oh, because she wanted money.
Yeah.
Very simply put, she wanted to make some money. And listen, greed is a very tempting thing, but in my opinion, if you're going to be greedy, make sure it's in a wheelhouse you control.
Yes.
She just put herself in this, and like I just said, I don't think she understand the pushback, blowback, the explosion, the shitstorm she was going to cause, and basically destroy her entire online career.
Yes. Like this is how bad this got. It was not a good. It was not a good back and forth. But we are dealing with some bad shit.
Per item. What if there's 10 things in this box, dude? What if there's 100 boxes? The quartering just makes like 10 grand for free. He was charging her 5 times more than he agreed, depending on the quantity.
And remember, the only reason Sydney Watson even became like intertwined with the quartering was because of what happened at the Blaze. When she left the Blaze and all that, that's when she got intertwined with the quartering, because quartering came out and did the whole "I'm gonna save a hoe" bitch, or a hoe bit. Captain Save a Hoe. That's how he gets into these situations and manipulates these women. He is the Harvey Weinstein. He's a fucking disgusting individual.
Jeremy Hambley is supposed to be her friend.
Huh?
Was Harvey Weinstein into poop? I don't know about that.
No, but WWE guy was.
Oh,
And he was charging her 5 times? I'm sorry you felt that way, Rini. Wait till you see how he responds when she's pissed about this, by the way. So, for a 4-pack of my tea, keep in mind how small little tea packets are, by the way. Contract or firm handshake. It was a handshake deal, right? You know Jeremy insisted on a handshake deal. You know he did, because he intended on completely destroying her.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does, dude. The homie tax. Yeah, the homie tax, where you get completely raked over the coals. So
Jer's talked about wanting to have his own compound. Similar to the Beanie compound, but he wants it filled up with all of his employees that happen to all be women.
And owe him things.
Yeah. Kind of interesting how that all plays out. That's just kind of creepy, dude.
a 4-pack of tea.
You know what? Not everybody can be an anime harem hero here.
Yeah, he's an anime harem villain.
That was just $10. $10 was $10 just to pack it in a box. Jeremy charged her $10 just to pack it into a box. $8 to ship. So I'm in it for $18 just to get a single package shipped with him. Even in the most expensive places, $2.50 per item is fucking insane. His dudes.
Tiny, I'm sorry for constantly pausing this. I highly disagree that Mel's being blackmailed. I think Mel's in for the long haul. I think
she's just an idiot.
Yeah, she's a fucking idiot. She's in for the long haul. Hannah Claire might be trying to find her way to get the fuck out of Dodge, is what it looks like with Hannah Claire, but Mel's in it for the long haul. She ain't going anywhere.
Get paid $15 an hour, so 1.5 of my boxes would pay for one of his guys' entire hours of work.
Tiny, Mel's not normal. Mel's not normal.
Everything else is eventually just profit. So everything else is eventually just profit. So my first bill from him was fucking lunacy. And it was my entire profit margin. Yeah, no shit. The whole profit margin. Now, I want to give you guys some context here. This is the financial fraud robbing part of the DMs, by the way.
Maybe this is why she ends up coming in, because she wants to say that this isn't financial fraud or something, because it is weird that there's so much. We didn't get all the DMs at him.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up stopping it.
For the fear that you were talking about.
Yeah, for the fear. So it is weird that she wants to try. I don't remember everything that she said. That's also why I wanted to do this, because I'm going to have to rewatch the stream a third fucking time just to make sure I pick up on all the little details. But still, like, this is a weird situation. Like, is he actually committing fraud here, or is he just stealing?
I mean, when you get into that, you think about then what are the lines of actual laws being broken here? I mean, a handshake deal is meaningless, and just because he then screws her over, law isn't necessarily being broken. You just were dumb enough to shake Pooh Man's hand,
Yes.
and sign your new business away to him.
So, okay, let's keep this going. I see Brad saying you have to be careful about accusations. Yes. You do have to be careful. That's why I am also like, guys, some of this stuff, maybe Cam went a little far. So allegedly, in my opinion, Jared should go to prison.
Just letting you know, there's multiple. And it was my entire profit margin. When I asked him about this, he said, you should have structured your business better. You
So
just didn't
fucking
realize
bullshit.
what you were doing when you went in business with me, Sydney.
Well, she didn't, to be fair. She went in business with the devil. Literal man from hell.
That's what he was meaning. Well, you shouldn't have partnered with my dumbass, Sydney.
Oh, by the way, Adam, I also forgot. Rumble's basically forcing Jeremy to stream now.
Really?
Yeah.
So his break is his contract he likely signed is now being enforced.
Yeah, they're enforcing the contract. In order for him to get all that money, he has to actually stream. I forgot about that part. He's actually forced to stream, and he hates streaming.
Oh.
That's why all of his streams are shit. He hates it. It's awful.
I like streaming.
Well, for him,
When I have
I
something to
love
talk
streaming.
about. When I have something to talk about, I like it. When I don't have anything to talk about, well, then I don't want to do it.
I'll find something to talk about with Chad, and I'll just chill out with Chad if I have to. But he hates it. He hates seeing the cuck comments and all that stuff. He hates it all the time. So suffer. I want him to hurt. I want Rumble to pay him out so little that he is forced to stream for the rest of his goddamn life. Oh, and his big brain move, Adam. Do you want to know what his big brain move now is?
Oh, please tell me.
His big brain move is to move the time for his show to 9.
Big deal. I did that myself. I've done that myself. So what?
to 9 a.m. Eastern.
Oh, he's just banking on people being asleep now. Or at work.
His idea is that will probably get him more views because he'll be some of the first people to talk about the news of the day in that time slot.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Especially
Also,
over on
9 a.m.
Rumble.
Shit ain't happened by 9 a.m. That's the problem. Nothing happens till at least 10 or 11. That's when the world starts to move.
But you want to know what the worst thing is on Rumble at 9 a.m.?
What?
That's when Dan Bongino's streaming.
Oh no, yeah, Crowder's at 10, isn't he? Sorry.
Yeah, Crowder's after Dan. He's gonna be trying to fight with Dan Bongino's time slot, who gets pushed onto the Rumble front page. He ain't winning that one.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. Because
he ain't.
Dan Bongino is actually in politics, and Jared wishes he could get into that.
And it doesn't matter if you guys like Dan or not. It doesn't matter. That's a bad matchup. The casino closes at 9. Oh, that's also true. They'll be going straight into it.
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing though. In all seriousness, if you are a streamer, whether you're on YouTube or anywhere else, Jeremy knows as well as I do. When you're starting out or when you're going for a while, you very carefully pick your days and your time slot because you don't when you're fighting for audience, you don't want to run into things.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing something that's relatively the same as somebody else. Now, if you're running a gaming stream, that's different. You're probably aiming to a different audience, stuff like that. But there's a reason 5 years ago I chose Sunday afternoon for my weekly show, The Roundtable, because nobody was doing anything on Sundays back then. And I had the whole afternoon to myself. That's changed. I fight for every minute I get on Sundays now because now everybody streams. Jeremy, how often have we complained about the fact that sometimes on Saturday or Friday, everybody else is streaming? We're trying to do stuff.
A lot. Hey, I was not going to be streaming tonight because of Keto Casino.
Yeah.
I have a similar time slot as them, and they have a much bigger show tonight. They have a much bigger area tonight than me.
Yeah.
So,
and I did actually watch a Kino clip this morning while I was waking up, just because it popped on my homepage, and I thought, well, let's see if I've missed anything overnight. And I know for a fact they're not doing the big Chrissy thing until Wednesday. So that's their next giant thing, from what I understand.
Yes, they are going to be crucifying Chrissy Mayer.
Yeah.
They are done with her. So there's that. And
Yeah.
you know what? Fuck it. She made her bed, let her lay in it, because there was a here. Let me see if I can pull. No, I don't know where it is right now. I saw an alleged post made by her. It's a like. I don't know if it's true or not, because I don't know how you can see likes. So unless the person that made the tweet ended up sharing out the like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, we can only see likes on your own end. You can't see it. So
Yeah, so there was a tweet that was put out that Brittany Venti is so cold because she bullied Chrissy Mayer on Mother's Day. And Chrissy allegedly liked that tweet.
I don't know how you can prove that
I don't know
Chrissy
either.
Mayer and you show the like.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's why it's like, I hope this is fucking fake, because if it's true, she's done.
Or the person who posted it shows the like. You either can show your own like, or the person who posted it, where you look at who gets a like. So I'm not going to say whether or not that's a thing there,
Yeah.
but
Oh, by the way, Duke, Devil, Brad just gifted 10 Derby Wormy memberships. Welcome all to the Nightcrawlers. I still need to change that name. It's the Nightcrawlers.
that's
now.
what it then. That's
Yeah.
what it ended up being.
Yeah, it's gonna be I like the Nightcrawlers. I think it sounds cool. Plus, also it's a worm. It plays well. It all works. I just need to change it.
It's the whole gooning thing. That's
Yeah, the gooning and all that. That's done. Although I think Dermy's owner is still at the $500 mark. If you guys ever actually pay that, what the hell's wrong with you?
You have a $500 mark. I only gave it a 5 and a 20.
I have a $5 and a $500. The $500 is the max. That's why I did it. It's a joke. It's solely for a joke. If somebody ever actually pays it, there's something wrong with you, not me.
Should have done better, Sydney.
Actually, Steve Safaro,
Mm-hmm.
Chrissy is a dye job redhead. She ain't a ginger.
Yeah, that's fake.
She's fake ginger. She's
That
fake ginger.
She's blonde, actually. That's all fake. Good. It's a good. It's a good job, but it's all fake. And by the way, Tiny, I did see what you said. We were gonna bring that up towards the end. That Candace Owens, she's aware of Jeremy now.
Maybe they'll destroy each other.
I don't like either of them. You know what? Let them fight. My whole thought process here is let them fight.
Let them do it.
Yeah, just let them duke it out. Let them take each other down. I'll sit back and watch that one.
Jeremy is a god.
Yeah.
Jeremy, no, he is a business god. Keep in mind, he's a multi-trillionaire business god.
You're
He's
back.
Elon Musk. He's the overweight, bald, smelly Elon Musk, right? So he's like, oh, you know what, Sydney? You just suck at business, and I'm a god, and I robbed you. Good luck. You're a dumbass. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That must be the only that might be the only honest thing he's ever said. There was no negotiating with him either. His attitude was basically suck it. So I pulled my product. He so kindly
Yes, Bowsettes. It's the 3 worst flavors of ice cream. It's like you're mixing Jer and Candace Owens. It's all awful right there. There's no W's there at all. I don't like any of them. Let them fight.
Nobody wants that Neapolitan. Nobody wants that Neapolitan. Nobody
Listen,
does.
Tiny, you can like Candace. I think she's a fucking grifter. I think she's the sickest person out there. But
She an evil bitch. She an evil bitch. Plain and simple.
listen, Tiny has very clearly, me and Tiny, we do not agree on a whole lot of stuff, but this is a good example of Jer's bringing a whole lot of people together. So, and Tiny's been nice to me, so I'm going to be nice to her.
offered to pay to have it. Oh shit! I might have to go back and hit show more on this one because I might have not done that for the thing. Yep. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'll just read it to you because it's like 2 seconds. I've never seen a message say show more inside of a DM. I was confused. Oh, I'm passing some crazy shit. All right. So he said you should have charged better. There's no negotiating with him. He said, suck it. So I pulled my product. He so kindly offered to pay to have it shipped to Texas. I think he paid half, but it cost me thousands of dollars to get it back here. And he crippled my fledgling business all so he can make a few extra bucks. All right, there we go. Now we're caught up.
And her business is apparently doing well now. Here, I'm gonna start speeding this up because we are so far behind. I'm at 1 point. I'm gonna bump it up to 1.5.
My cat's fucking freaking out, brother. So I said, what the fuck is what I said, the response. I said, what the fuck? All right. She says, I know this is boring, but it started me on the wow. This is the first instance that Sydney was like, wow, actually, this might be a very bad person I'm dealing with here. This is a very
He's the
bad person I'm dealing
devil!
with. That's what she's saying, you know? She said, I started to withdraw from him. She's like, I'm so glad I do my own fulfillment. I love writing little cards for people. I like to add freebies. I love the positive feedback I get from customers, but he fucked me. He fucked my ass. Just brutally. And he did
He
it
didn't
on...
even use lube. He just
I was
came
just
in.
about to make that joke. I was just about to make that joke too.
He just came in and wrecked it. And Nick Rose for $2 says, any confirmation if Hannah quit or not? We don't have confirmation on whether or not she actually quit. What we know is that she said that she's going to be taking time away to take care of her newborn child and work on her own little channel. Okay. And-
That's I'm trying to get the fuck out of here.
Well, here's the other side of that, Adam. She's going to come back around midterms. And when midterm seasons start. You know what season we're in right now, right?
We're in primary season.
Yeah. So why is she not there? This would be the time to
Primaries.
be around there. Yeah. Talk about it all.
Yep.
I think she gone.
purpose. God.
Good for her. Get the fuck out of there.
He did it on purpose, and he tried to act
before
like it wasn't a
you're
huge
poisoned.
Yeah. Before you end up having to send like a feet pic and he's gooning to it, get the fuck out.
fucking problem.
Mm,
He is,
said
and I
feet,
said
now
he's
kill
absolutely
him
awful.
here.
It's all tracks. He's burnt every bridge in a relationship he has ever had, including you. Robbed everyone blind. All right. She says, yes, I tried to explain the T thing. Trying to explain the T thing's a little hard because people need to understand how fulfillment works, and they probably glaze over listening. The fact was, he prepared to fuck me over so hard for a few
Kill!
bucks. To structure my business better. It was absolutely crazy.
See,
You opened my floodgates. I'm sorry.
See.
Yeah, well, the floodgates are definitely open. Okay.
Well, we are talking about Sydney Watson. He already said that he is willing to take her in. So,
I have a spot for her.
Yeah.
Whenever she
Just fix your
needs it.
business.
bro, she is already poisoned. We don't know. Y'all will simp these filter hoes to a high hell, LMAFO, says Tiny. I ain't simping. She's married. I don't simp for married women. I know where I should simp and where I shouldn't simp. You don't know, Tiny. Maybe I simp for you. Yeah. Call me a simp.
Small dick. Just fix your business, small dick. All right. She said, fuck consumers, just make more money. And I said in quotation, sorry, Sid, you're just too dumb to get it. She's like, this was the vibe. Thanks for the monies. She said, dude, it broke my spirit. You know extra why I hate him? You know why extra why I hate him? YouTubers already get a bad name when they launch a product because it's really usually just a total hands-off and fully controlled by a third party.
Listen, the number one person I can think about when that comes up is always Pokimane. If you're just a broke boy, just say so. I always think about that. Like, how many fucking YouTuber has put out a product that it's totally bullshit? How many times has that happened?
I don't have enough fingers to count that.
Exactly.
I could even use my toes.
Not just you, Dermy, but also a lot of Kino audience, LOL. And she is poisoned. She helped Jer lie to the boomers. Listen. You're allowed to have your opinion. I don't fully disagree with you, Tiny. I don't fully disagree. But there's just so many fucking products that have gone out. Like, the biggest example is always going to be the crypto from the Paul brothers. It is so disgusting. Wait, what was that? Man, yo dog, old Jeremy Hambley. You dang old Jeremy Hambley. Yeah, he does sound like Boom Hour. He does. It's because of his southern accent. And I am a little bit lower right now because I have family members trying to sleep, and I was told that some of them couldn't sleep last night. So,
I'm not surprised. I thought this morning, like, man, he probably got yelled at last night.
I am trying my hardest not to be super fucking loud tonight, even though I would like to bring the energy. But some people are trying to sleep, so gotta deal
Stored
with
up
it.
until Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday there will not be a stream, so yay.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get up by 8, and I'm gonna be driving 4 fucking hours, 2 ways.
That's a you problem.
Actually, I'm gonna be driving almost 2 hour and a half there, hour and a half back, hour and a half there, hour and a half back. Somebody do the math. That's how long I'm gonna be driving. Yay!
Show is. Fully controlled by a third party,
Eldre!
guys. Most YouTuber businesses
Oh,
are
I
fully
thank you for being so proud of me, brother. Thank you so much.
controlled by a third party. His included.
You know, I don't like what
His-
she ends up. what she ends up doing here, because she outright says that it's controlled by a third party. That he's hands off. Like it says right here, it really usually is totally hands off and fully controlled by a third party, his included, minus fucking not. This is her saying that somebody else drop ships his fucking coffee.
Yeah.
Later on, she says that
it's confirmation now. It's confirmation.
Later on, she comes in and tries to roll it back. But this is her outright saying that it's a third party, that it's dropship. So what's the truth there?
I would say this is the truth because people tend to not lie in DMs.
I would have to agree with that. I'd probably have to agree with that. Like, I think this is the truth. I don't think I think Sydney was trying to obfuscate the truth a little bit. I think this is the truth. I think this is confirmation that it is dropship. So,
yeah.
I'm a truck driver. I drive 12 hours every day, says Bryce Murphy. I'm not a truck driver. I do like driving, but what I have to go drive and pick up is not something I'm looking forward to driving and picking up. So,
included. There you go. There you go. She says, mine is not. Dropship brand, dropship boys. She says, I literally do everything, and people associate this with the Jeremys of the world. The reason I don't put my team mentions in every video is because I desperately do not want to be like him. So yeah, his coffee's dropped.
Well, I mean, his coffee is no longer around, so again, he could barely even afford to do the Mother's Day boxes, which was his most profitable
Day is
item.
come and gone.
Yeah, it was his most
Totally.
profitable fucking item. Well, I don't know about people not lying in DMs. I think she didn't want to put herself on the spot. I don't think Sydney wanted to be part of this really, but she wanted to clear it up. I think she wanted to, but at the same time, it's that area where do I do it or do I not do it? And I think she wanted to do it. That's where I'm at.
Everybody enjoy. Enjoy. I don't know.
Oh, fuck you, Black Cane.
Oh my gosh. All right, she says, she does the thing that she does, the blah, blah. She's like, I'm gonna stop ranting now.
That's
You
a
super
girly
floodgate.
thing.
I have nobody to talk to about any of this. And when it bubbles up, I rant, basically. She rants when it bubbles up.
No half measures, Jeremy. I agree. We should go full bore, but I'm not the one in charge here. She is. So,
Because you can't talk to anybody, man. You literally can't talk.
oh, did I hear that D-Day yeah, quartering blame D-Day Cobra for literally everything. Yep, I saw that. I was gonna add that in my video. Yeah, did you hear that one, Adam or Cal?
I believe I did. I believe I did hear that.
Yes, I was watching Cobra Cast earlier when he was covering.
Yeah, shocker. Still want to pull. I mean, he's not entirely wrong that that's where it all started falling through, but it's not Jeremy. It's not good Jer's fault. It's bad Jer's fault. You're the one that put their names in your mouth. Shut the fuck up.
to anybody because Jeremy acts like a mafia boss. He strikes channels. He threatens you in different ways, which we're going to get to this. More of the threats and more detailing the threats. But everybody's so afraid of talking about Jeremy.
See, this is why I like coming back and listening to these at least 2 or 3 times. Because I forgot he said that. And then she hops on and starts talking about how she's pacing back and forth because she's nervous. There's something here that he has that she does not want.
I'll be interested to hear what she sounds like when we do this because you can tell intonations, tones, inflections when somebody's talking.
There is something like she sounds calm, but when she's talking about pacing back and forth, she's not calm. So there's something going on that we don't know about. And I see the super chat from Bryce Murphy for 10 Aussie. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that for 10 Australian dollars. How much is that in American dollars? I don't know. I'm going to call it Aussie pesos. It's upside down money.
Is he a mob boss? What is he? Who is this guy? Is his, like, all of his influence and clout, did it all go to his waistline? Is he a physical
And then
manifestation?
Jed, the Endless Frontiers with a $9.99. A real American says, "Hail, Jeremy Wormy. Could I get a quarterly recap? I just tuned in and don't know what Sydney news is about." So we're going over it. Sydney Watson ended up coming out here and releasing a bunch of DMs to Camelot, gave him the permission to go through a lot of the DMs, and then jumped on stream and stopped some of the DMs. We also have reports that there might be a leaked phone call coming out today between 2 individuals. We don't even know if that's between Sydney Watson or not. There's allegedly a third stream supposed to be happening today after Keto Casino. So who the fuck knows? at this point in time,
exhausting.
yeah, I'm not gonna be up for that third stream. I'm covering this and then probably wrapping it up for the night. This was not planned at all. And my entire I will be putting together another big video of what happened with this week, Simcast and everything, and then this. It's gonna be happening. It's just
I was talking Star Trek before I came here.
yeah, there's so fucking much. It is so fucking insane right now. This here complete, and again, I said it. I DM Cam. He probably hasn't even responded to me at all. I go lovingly, I say this with love. Fuck you. My video is now have to be put on the back burner. So thank you so much for making my knife completely different. But it is what it is. I have to go with this as where the wind blows. Basically, is where I'm going right now. Maybe Wednesday I'll take off to fucking record this shit.
Of his power. Hey, Willie Will-Eyed Dog, what's up, buddy? It kind of seems like that, right? Kind of spooky. But Sydney is brave enough, and we all need to give Sydney Watson some props here, because she knows there could be repercussions for this. Now, to be fair, I think Jeremy's a bitch, but that's whatever. There could be repercussions from this.
At least your chat doesn't pay you to write Bigfoot Twilight fanfic. That's your own fault, buddy. That's your own fault there. Not my fault. That's your fault. But you could potentially put that out there, and women would probably go crazy for it. So that might be $1 billion idea right there.
Stop it. Stop it. That's disgusting. No.
Hey, that's how we got 50 Shades of Grey.
I don't want to. No.
He might have $1 billion idea right there. He could become so rich. Okay.
Bigfoot.
It's all about Cloud's girlfriend.
And she decided to share it with all you guys. So you need to give her some props, because she's basic as fuck for all this. Because we're gonna keep going, and it's gonna start diving into more and more stuff. More and more stuff. Okay. All right, boys. Make sure you do me a favor, real quick. Pause. Make sure you like this stream on YouTube, and if you're on Kick, make sure you post some bees. Thank you.
She talked a lot more shit in DMs. Yes, there's a lot of stuff that we don't get. The tone shift and literal vocabulary shift was really stark. She definitely got panicked. Yeah, I don't disagree there. And then Nick Ross with a 5 has locale of the year even been wrapped up this early before? Nope. Jeremy, keep up the killer work. Young Padawan, you're doing an amazing job. Well, thank you, Windy City. I really appreciate it.
That's all I ask on the Kick side. Post some bees, brother. And don't forget to become a sub on there if you're not. Thank you. Appreciate you. Jelly King, Low Temp Dabs, appreciate you guys. 404 Social, I got you. We're caught up on the Kick stuff. I'm just making sure. Thank you guys for all your kicks, all your subs. Just in case this goes down, just in case this goes down and crashes and burns, my YouTube's gone in an hour or two, we'll have a backup. So make sure you got that sub over there as well. All right.
See, even he's scared. See, there's something in these DMs that we didn't get. There's something here.
I want to say something, but I want to let this go on a little more.
Okay, here. I'm also going to move Kel real quick because he is basically eating into you. Where is my Kel thing? Here, I'm going to play this while I look for it.
Let's continue, boys. Everybody
Elbow was in my ear.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty wild if she would have came on. And she actually still might come on in the future. So don't.
Well, she ended up coming on, so.
All right.
There he is.
Here we go. This is okay. Here we go. All right. Can I clip this back? I don't care. Yeah, whatever. Clippers, yes. Clip channels are allowed to clip me. I don't mind. I do not mind. All right.
You're also allowed to clip me. I have full permission to give you guys to do that. Go have fun. I don't give a shit.
The Throbber. So he robbed her financially. Okay. He robbed her financially. Everybody remember this. He robbed her financially. Okay. Now what happens when she confronts him? She says, I want to stay away from the drama because it stresses me out and I don't want to be known for this. He has threatened to sue me, leak my DMs, dox her basically. She said in a previous message, or implied that he was going to dox her people in her life that are not public people. Like the thing that Jeremy claims people are doing to him, right? He claims people are doing this to him. That's what he intended on doing to Sydney Watson. That's what he threatened her with. He was going to expose all of the personal, private people.
Here, let me read
That's
this
what
real
we
quick.
call Marxist reality inversion.
Yeah.
Claim what your opponents are doing when in fact you're the one doing it.
You think Camelot freaked her out with all the repercussions and dangerous talk right there? That might be it. That she might not be realizing how he's on his last strike. If he ends up going down, it's over for him. So there might have been some wires being crossed and all this.
Yeah. He's walking that line, isn't he?
Yeah, he's walking that very fine line. And
Forgot about that.
He's still doing this. So Quartering could just easily come in there and just fucking yeet his ass. So there's that to be scared of. But I want to read this real quick.
Think about it like this, though. If he tempts Pooh Bear to come and do that, that could be a strikeout.
Yeah.
That could be a final nail. Another final nail. There's plenty of final nails. But if he actually listen, I wouldn't put it past Camelot to be thinking of sacrificing his YouTube channel just to end Poojair.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are willing to do that now. That's why I'm looking at this. That I saw somebody say that might actually explain why she ended up coming on and acting the way she did. Is there was like maybe some lines being crossed or wires being crossed in this dialogue that she thought something else was going to happen. So
between everything we're hearing here, it feels as though everybody's at a point now where they are willing to go as far as they need to put an end to this guy. Mm-hmm. Financially and publicly image-wise. And we're not talking attacks here, this and that, but we're talking just knock him out so that he has no influence whatsoever.
By the way, Brad for $5 says almost 4.9k subscribers. Impressive. Dermy's working hard, but he's not at 5k. I won't pay for his next dance unless he gets 5k, 100k for 5k. I want the 100k, but at the same time, guys, you have to realize there's lore to this that I had a hooker assault me in Vegas.
Yeah, he bought you a hooker and he bought me a baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the difference.
Adam got the worst of it.
You know what? He probably did. That I looked like I had a bad time, but I was just so shocked. So
girl's ass was in your face.
Yes, it was a very wild experience. There's lore there, guys. There's lore. Dancer, not hooker, says Brad. She was a hooker. Let's be real. She was a hooker. But I want to read this real quick because it actually stresses me out, and I don't want to be known for always being in bullshit. And lastly, bro has threatened to sue me. Leaked DMs threatened me a lot, but like I said, you're welcome to confirm some stuff I've said here. Apologies for venting my spleen at you. Ha ha ha. So he has threatened to do some shit that she's not wanting to talk about. There is something here that she does not want to talk about. And it might just be the suing. That might just be it. Because a lawsuit like this, even if he's going to lose the lawsuit, that shit costs fucking money.
It drags on.
It is not fun to be in those.
In her life. And then also sue her, I guess. Which I don't know how a lawsuit's going to work.
Sorry to
when
hear
she
that,
has
Dermy.
freaking text messages of him saying this crazy shit and phone calls of him saying this crazy shit, and then he's going to sue her. What? Just play that in court. Here's him being crazy. She said, "You're welcome to confirm this stuff here." She said, "Apologizes for venting my spleen at you." That must be an Australian phrase. I said, "It's all good. I appreciate it. I get it. I do wonder." Oh. Okay, hold on. We got to stop.
No, what happened there, Tiny, was another one of our female friends, Gal, the little fucking green gremlin, had a girl approached us in Vegas. Gal pointed her at me. And I did not know what the fuck was going on. I was drunk already. And the next thing I know, I have a girl shoving my head on her tits. She was highly attractive, but god damn it. Let me make this clear. You make 5K, I'll tip 100. The K was a typo. No, you said 100K. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with 100K.
You know what, guys? Assuming that most of you are not blind, I'm going to let you read this before I read it live.
It's fine, Tiny.
You guys ready? I want you to read this one.
I don't have the video, Brad. I do wonder, did he ever imply or do anything creepy, like in these drunk calls or anything? I think back to Ren Fair stuff and how he acts. Yes, and I'm going to jump forward because he stays quiet through this for a long time. So I'm just going to jump forward. He starts saying that there's more Ren Fair shit that she's done. So,
okay. Well, this is just proving, you know, that Quarter Pounder's a sex pest.
Yeah. And there's tons of blackmail here. There's tons of fucking blackmail here that she has. And I'm jumping forward because she's about to come on at about the halfway mark.
Might as well get to that.
I'm not reading that shit. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah, let's get to that. But no, I want to get to I'll just start reading through the DMs. He'd get drunk and randomly text me boobs or similar shit. He'd say weird crap during calls too, oddly sexual shit. I can't remember specifics, but I complained to my man about it because I was so weirded out, and I'd always be like, ha ha ha, righto. Jeremy tried to get off the phone. I'm a massive prude. I feel, I freely admit this. I don't like sex talk. I'm super whatever. I'm super weirded out by it. I don't want to know, don't want to share about it. So him being sexual was always really alarming to me, especially after all my Elijah stuff. But yeah, I perceived what he was doing, at least in the early days, as hitting on me. And I made it super clear I'm not interested. Well, he didn't really pick up on it. And I want to say there was one more. I think right here. Yeah, right here. We'll go here.
It's not that he didn't pick up on it. He's a sex pest. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he's a sneaky fucker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's a sneaky fucker. He does not give a shit about any of this. He's weaponized. I don't know when they say it, but they start talking about how he specifically goes to women when they're at their weakest, and that's how he preys on them. So there's a lot. I mean, think about Melanie Mack. She was out of a job, and well, Quartering's the one that promoted her. Hannah Claire got fired. Quartering came in, scooped her up. Cindy Watson got fired. Quartering came in and scooped her up. There's so many examples of this where he's just a fucking sex pest. But yes, he is. No, he's awful. You don't see it at first because of his nice guy act, but eventually the mask slips and you realize he's a money obsessed, insane person who is so unhinged and utterly untethered from reality. Oh shit. I want to be the sort of internet person who what the hell?
Shortly, I'm now forever connected to the fuck.
I want to be the internet sort of internet person who doesn't do fuckery, and just having been involved with him shortly, I am now forever connected to fuckery, and I have it. And I hate it. There's a time when he apparently calls her the cock destroyer. Had that screenshot. Where did it go? I got. Where do I have it? I have it personally, so here we'll just jump to no, right here. Here it is. Oh, fuck you, YouTube. Load, damn it. Oh, right here. Okay. Haha. He once called me the cock destroyer, and I don't think he realized how true that is. You're living up to your name, XD. So yeah, that happened. That happened. So now here she is coming on. There was also a time when like he did the nice guy routine in a bar. I have the DMs. I want to get to when she hops on.
Good stuff.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry if the noise is a bit wonky. I pace because I'm stressed out by all of this.
Like even right there, she's pacing because she's stressed out.
And you can tell she doesn't do this kind of stuff. She's got no avatar.
Yeah.
She's the nipple.
She hasn't come on a stream like this for a while. I'm gonna slow it down just so you can try to pick up on her vocabulary a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one thing to speed up Cam with his southern drawl.
Yeah.
She's a faster talker, so it'd be a little garbled.
So I'll have it at 1.25 right now.
I just want to like clarify a few things because I've been watching along. Because I really don't want to be involved in any of this for pretty obvious reasons, but I do want to clarify that
What's the obvious? Like later on, she makes it sound like they're not that big of a deal, but it's still for very obvious reasons. So there's something here that she doesn't want out.
Jeremy's never threatened like my personal life from the perspective of exposing things about my boyfriend or anything like that. That's just an ongoing concern that I have because he's a very private person and I don't want anybody to, think he's fair game because he's just not. And that kind of goes for the things that I know about Jeremy too. There's no world, and the people in my DMs asking me, I'm never going to say anything because I said this in my video about Elijah Schaefe where I made the point that a lot of this is mutually assured destruction.
We're covering Jeremy drama right now, buddy. So we're watching Camelot and talking to Sydney Watson, who came out.
You're talking to her right now?
No, we're listening to her talk.
Oh.
Okay, let's keep going.
And there's nothing really in my life, like I'm boring. There's nothing really in my life that I want to hide or anything like that, but I will never go after somebody's personal life like that. So I just want to clarify that.
Good.
I think that's really important.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? You should always kind of leave that off the table. And, that's why I think people are calling Jeremy a hypocrite, because Jeremy seems to be going around and doing that kind of thing behind alts or when he gets kind of messed up like at night on a Friday or Saturday.
Corey says, I'm never going to say anything. That was from Jeremy. I do kind of think maybe she came in because Jeremy sent her something. It wouldn't shock me because right now this is completely different. Like the suing and leaking my DMs and something and maybe doxing and shit like that. Something changed. Something happened to get her to come on.
Mm-hmm.
Not what you have a lot of experience with.
Yeah,
So,
I do.
yeah.
I mean, and like my motivation here is, and I think people sort of misunderstand, they think that it's a pile-on. And for me, I think having to deal with
It's not
two of
pile-on.
the same kind of man back to back was pretty awful. And granted, I put myself in that situation. I didn't correctly read the room. But when I extricate myself, I just want to be left alone. I like making my content and being in my weird little bubble with my community. And that's kind of just where I want to be. I don't want to be involved in the ongoing drama. The other thing I just want to clarify too is I don't know if Jeremy's product is drop shipped. I can't speak to that. What I meant is that I do all my own packing. He doesn't obviously like touch the product going into the bags or anything like that. He has employees who do that. Whether or not they work directly under him, I also don't know. So I can't comment on that. I'm not going to because
I still think it's drop ship. Well, it's drop shit.
There's enough evidence out there for that.
Yeah,
there's enough evidence been presented.
There's enough. He ends up having to pay extra money for like the teas and stuff, and that's why he scammed her, was to just cover it all. He probably did lose money out on that deal because he was a fucking retard and a simp.
I just don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's what the chat is like. They're like, oh, it's dropship. Oh God, Jesus.
I don't want to give anybody any ammo saying that I lied or I said something that could be misconstrued in any way. So I just want to clarify a couple of things. And the last thing is, yes, I did record conversations. It's obviously so taboo in our industry to do that. Again, these are not things.
I'm gonna be real honest here. I don't think it is that taboo. I think what we're learning.
It's not so much taboo. It's just it depends on what state you're in, and you can get in legal trouble.
Well, it's supposed to be about. It's that, but it's also about potentiality for like trust, and they think that you're violating trust. Listen, with people like fucking Jer going around and what's going on with Chrissy Mayer, I'm actually all for recording fucking calls and DMs and stuff like that. Just keeping logs of stuff. I'm not doing it right now, but at the same time, I sit there and I go like, should I be doing it? Because who knows who's going to come out here and try to say I did X, Y, and Z and try to delete the evidence so I can't save myself.
I think that pertains to who do you deal with.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with people that you're worried about, you need to have receipts so that in case they come after you, maybe you shouldn't be dealing with those people.
Yeah. I've been sitting there and thinking about this over the past little while, and I'm thinking, nah, I think more people probably should just be doing it just because it's like, you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. It's not taboo. It is taboo because it shows that it's a violation of trust and you never trusted this person. That's why it's deemed taboo. Like people try to crucify Crowder when he did it to Daily Wire, and that was actually like a smart play by his part. So it is deemed taboo for reasons that I just don't get. I think it is actually smart to do that.
Things I'm going to be putting on the internet, they were for me to listen back to because he made me feel crazy.
Right.
So it was just a thing where I was like, oh, this guy's saying one thing, on an 11 o'clock call at night when he's drunk off of his head. And then I'd be like, wait a minute, you said... Oh.
Brad saying not legal advice, just advise people that you're recording the conversation. That, yeah. Unless you, yeah. Listen, it's a weird one to be dealing with, but I do kind of support it. So
all this stuff last night, and then the next day he'd phone and be like, I never said that. And so I just felt like I was losing my mind.
At least read your whole chat. I don't know what you said there. I was reading Brad, not you, 100%, but Jer put her in a situation where she couldn't just easily escape if it's something very serious. Yes. I was reading Brad's, not yours, Tidy. I'm sorry.
So like what kind of stuff would he say? Would just like business stuff or?
Yeah, so with the business, he would call me and he'd be like, you got to buy me out and you owe me all this money. And at the time I was in the middle of a lawsuit. So I hadn't really been working a ton because also I was working for free on the Publica and trying to get that up and running. And obviously the way that business played out wasn't awesome. And there's definitely some culpability on my end with how things went, but he would call me and badger me about it. And then the next day I'd be like, okay, well, you said all this stuff yesterday. I don't have $100,000 to buy you out or whatever arbitrary number he's pulling out of his butt. But then he would say, oh, I never said that. And I really want to do this with you. And it was very confusing. And I always felt like I was being gaslit.
Yeah, and that's what he does now. He'll have a crash out on Twitter and then just delete everything. And I guess he does. That's what my theory is. He just doesn't remember the next day. I guess I don't know. You know.
Well, I mean, there is the drunk Jer, sober Jer theory. Like he's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Drunk Jer is the evil one that we keep dealing with, and sober Jer is the pussy. What do you think, El?
It's quite common, actually.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay.
To have two different personalities, one when you're drunk and one when you're sober.
Well, here's the evidence that we knew Saturday was Miller time. He was pre-gaming. He went to a fucking Brewers game. He was drunk off his ass, and he admitted to drunk driving. There's no way he was not drunk driving.
The way I see it is drunk words are drunk truths. Or sober truths, sorry.
I was about to say, I'm scared to know what I say now when I'm drunk. Oh, God. Cope and sweep? I'm not coping and sweeping. I'm just sitting here. I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to chew on it. I'm
said
trying
Big Daddy
to
won't
chew. Oh, shut up. We don't talk about that.
Most of your drunken is just hiccup dermy.
That's very true.
Oh, Hiccup Dermy. He's fun. Hiccup
that
Dermy.
is very true.
Hickermy?
Xanax Wipes the Mind says, I'm not even going to try to say your name. Andrew. Andrew says Xanax wipes the mind. Tiny says sober Jer is the punished simp. Drunk Jer is the sex predator. Jer said those words too. Oh, God. Drunk words are sober thoughts, says Elena. Dermy told me when he was drunk that he loves it when people say, no, I do not. No, stop it. Stop it, Tiny. You're not getting me to say that word unless it's $50.
Yeah. I mean, there was just a lot of weirdness that went on. And the thing was that I went from working with an alcoholic who was always drunk to working with another alcoholic. And I was just like, hey, I get it. Everybody struggles with these things or has a thing that maybe doesn't work for them. But if you want to work with me, this has to stop. Because I have a weird history around alcohol. It stresses me out. I don't drink. And just, having to deal with somebody who was calling me absolutely off his head always made me really uncomfortable. And I was like, dude, get it together. Especially with him like tweeting at people. I'd be behind the scenes like, hey man, I think you should lay off. And the worst part was people have always treated me like his keeper. They DM me behind the scenes and say, hey, can you, get him to stop doing this and that? And I'd be like, this is a...
Desiree said Sydney went through hell working with him, probably has PTSD. Again, their first stream together, they opened WikiFeed up and did what Kel would do.
That's right.
Live on stream. It's kind of disgusting. Like it is kind of creepy what she went through there.
Did they go to her own profile?
Yes. And he started bringing up her feet to do all this. See, this is the pivot. She does no more dirt, no more DMs. That's why I think, like, she came in and said that she's stressed. Like, there's something here that she doesn't want out. That's what I'm saying. I think there's something here that she doesn't want out. And we've been having all sorts of crazy shit here. So it's like, what's going on? That's why we're rewatching this, and I'm gonna watch it again myself while I'm at work tomorrow, so I can try to double check, like, what am I hearing? What are we going through? Or she asked for this shit. I don't know where you heard that one.
Freaking 40-year-old man, guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not his keeper. So, yeah. Don't drink and tweet, kids.
So his drinking deal, it's been a while since you've been separated from this whole deal, right?
Yeah, like 18 months, and that's why I don't understand when the Publica ended. And again, things got ugly. It wasn't good. I freely admit that. Maybe one day I'll talk about it. But yeah, things were not.
This is now when you talk about it, though. Like this is when you're supposed to be talking about it. When it's all burning down, just talk about it.
Unless, as the chat points out, maybe she's under an NDA.
She says that she's not, but at the same time, I don't.
Said she isn't? Oh, okay.
She says that she's not, but at the same time, I don't believe that she's not. There's something he's hiding that she doesn't want out there. So I'm curious about that. It might be DMs involving NDA stuff with her settlement with the Blaze. Oh, that could be it. That could be it because she's under an NDA with the Blaze, not with Jer.
She might have stupidly put in writing things about her Blaze issues with him, and he might have kept it.
Oh, that might be it. It might all have to do with the Blaze, and if that stuff comes out, she could get fucked.
That's different. Blaze is entirely different situation.
Yeah, and again, this is us speculating. Like we don't allegedly. We're just thinking, but he has something on her because one minute we're like this, she doesn't want on, and now we're here, and it's like, well, maybe one day I'll talk about it, but this would be legitimately the perfect time to talk about it. He has barely any power, so there's something here that we don't know about. Kino Casino said an hour ago that Sydney is now recanting parts of her story. Yeah, like there's weirdness here. Like she said one thing in DMs, and now she starts saying other things. And again, I'll be going over this a third time when I
have a question.
analyze it. What?
I have a question. Did she send these DMs to Cam a lot,
Yes.
knowing that he would stream this shit?
Yes.
Okay.
He tried to get her to come on first, and she said she wouldn't. Then he was like, well, is it okay if I talk about this stuff? She said yes, and then she hops on to do clarifications. So there's there was something. I think Cam is covering his bases, because I'm starting to look at his body language. It's like, I'm kind of annoyed.
Oh, the fact that he's chewing on that thing, that's a coping mechanism right there.
Yeah.
Because that's equivalent to a nervous tick.
Mm-hmm.
Chewing on something like that.
So he's a little annoyed. He's probably still listening and stuff, and like something here ain't adding up. So she's trying to protect her ass. That's what I see this as, is she's trying to protect her ass from something coming out. Now what that something is? Feet pics? Down under pics? Titty pics? I don't fucking know. The blaze? Like what is it? If you come out in front of it, it might actually work better for you.
Great. And then he, after that, just started talking insane amounts of shit about me. And a lot of it was so untrue. Like when you told me the $250,000 thing, that's what sent me into orbit. Because I was like, that's insane.
That's what he's repeating. Yeah, Jeremy has, like I told you the message, Jeremy has this thing where he'll just like brag to the public about how much money he gives to people just out of the goodness of his heart. And then
exactly, Desiree.
They betray you.
So let me clarify on that. The only time Jeremy ever paid me was when we were doing streams together, and he would give me half of whatever super chat money was left after YouTube took its cut. That's the only time. And
that's kind of weird. Again, I'm thinking this stuff through as I'm going on. He's giving Melanie Mack like $500 a show. Same with Hannah Claire. And back then, he was only giving her some of the money. Did he learn? Did he learn how to keep a woman on leash, or?
I don't want to speculate on certain things like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking aloud right now because I'm picking up on the stuff again.
And I'm thinking the same things. I'm just not putting them to words.
They're getting big poo money. Yes, they are. So I'm sitting here thinking. I'm just sitting here thinking.
When the Publica was happening, there was actually one payment that he quote unquote owed me, and I said, "Hey, you keep it. You just roll that back into the business."
Camelot recently gave us Zins, so the chewing is probably based on that. I mean, I do Zins too, so.
That's the only time he's ever paid me. I never made any money from that enterprise.
That is true.
But
It
that's
is
okay,
before
right?
the
Because when
5-year
you're growing a
Rumble deal.
business, typically you're the last person to get paid.
Right. Exactly.
But to make it sound like I made out like a bandit is insane. I didn't know that, and that is staggering to me.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think he has said this multiple times. Like he keeps saying it. He keeps saying it. He does this with a lot of women, specifically. Like there's Trillium Girl in that June documentary. He gave her like $1,000 and all this streaming equipment. I don't know the details, but he apparently gave her all this stuff. And like, is that common? Is that something he does with like a lot of people, specifically women? He just like offers to give them money and help them and finance their stuff. Like, is that a thing?
I can't really speak to other people's experiences. I'm not sure. At the front end, I think that he definitely wants to be a nice guy. He wants to be your friend. He wants to be helpful. And, to his credit, he gave me a ton of great YouTube advice, and he would help me with titles and thumbnails and all sorts of stuff at the front end. But I think that over time, it gets really sour. And that's kind of what happened between us. The tea thing, obviously, was a really big turning point for me. And I know it's all a bit boring to explain to people, but when you have somebody who's supposed to be doing you a favor, and I know what people are going to say, Sydney, you dumbass, why would you ever have a handshake agreement? And fair.
You are a dumbass. You're a big dumbass.
That was stupid. Very
stupid.
stupid.
I have a handshake agreement with Kel, and it screwed me over. So.
No. You shook his foot. That was the first mistake.
Well, no, he was still a Lolafell when we had that going on. So.
Oh my God, we are not going to revisit that right now.
And Desiree says, "Zins on me, Dermy. Let's the Feltoning continue for $10." Well, that would get me maybe one can of Zin. But thank you so much, Desiree. They're fucking expensive. I bought a whole new roll. A roll at least lasts me a week. So.
fair enough, lesson learned. But when you're working with people, you expect that they're going to continue to be good to you and nice to you, but it just quickly devolved, I guess, for me. So I don't know if other women have experienced, or I don't know what other women have gone through, but just definitely in my case, yeah, it was like you had this person who was trying to help. He never was like, oh, let me give you a bunch of money, but he was like, let me help you. Because I was at my lowest when he and I started working together.
And again, I hate constantly pausing it. I'm just digesting it, and I'm trying to be transformative. I don't want to just play Cam stuff here. That's his MO, is just going to women and saying, let me help, let me help, let me help. That's his entire MO, and that's what he tried. Today on stream, he brought up the Chrissy Mayer stuff again. And he goes like, I'm just not going to keep getting involved because every time I do, I try to help and it just gets worse. It just gets, his whole thing is the help, let me help. It is the coming in with a fedora and going like, my lady, I'm the white knight, I'm doing all that. That's his entire modus operandi. So I think he has been constantly, he probably did that to Hannah Claire because the day she got fired, she was right in Quartering's lap. So he has to have something on these girls.
That's a pathological behavior right there, is what it is.
Yeah.
Where you are that kind of predator, allegedly, that is constantly prowling for people who are vulnerable, and you're hoping, and it may not always even be sexual, but with him being a sex pest, allegedly, it may actually be a desire for that. But the fact that to zero in and try and grab, and also you have to think about control. Having control over something like that is also a massive high for people like this.
And Bowset's Fury, are you? I hear you say, "What the f are you on about?" What part about that? Are you talking about like the predatory behavior and how he comes in and goes like, "A lady, and I'm gonna come and save you"? Because he's done that a whole lot. With Crowder, he jumped right on and was a guest shortly after Crowder had that massive divorce, and everyone was on his ass. That's true. That was a nasty divorce, though, and Hillary Crowder did... not a lot of people talk about this. Hillary Crowder did edit those fucking videos. So, there's a lot... I have a video showing that she edited the videos. You can tell by the wavy pattern of the curtains in the back. They move irregularly. He's disgusting. He's a creep. He wears a girdle. I can read. She got fired for Hannah Claire Brimelow is just as much of a grifter. To be honest, though, to be fair, though, she got fired for a reason. She got fired because Tim didn't want to actually pay her anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So
because my other show had just fallen apart.
Right. And then you decided, so like, was it after the tea or the Publica thing? Like, what was the catalyst for you, like, separating your show from Jeremy? Because it just ended, right? So, like, what was the catalyst?
Yeah. So,
okay,
honestly, this has been so long. I feel like it's been so long that timeline-wise, I might stuff some stuff up here so everybody can double-check me on when things ended and started and whatnot. But basically, we were doing a fun little stream together called Community Notes. And I think because it wasn't generating as much money as he liked, he was like, hey, let's not do this. It's kind of taking away from other things, which was fine with me because I was trying to grow my channel back and kind of recover from all the things that had happened to me. I was in the middle of a lawsuit. Like, I was stressed out. So that was fine. And then I think it was after that he wanted to do the Publica, which again, I think was a really great, noble idea. But to have a business like that, you really need a lot of infrastructure. You need a lot of money behind it, a lot of people. And obviously we just didn't have that. And I totally take responsibility for, part of that going completely wrong.
Why?
So yeah, we went.
Why are you taking responsibility now? What am I missing out of all this? What? So I'm watching this now and I'm thinking, what am I missing? What is... Because you said something different in DMs. You said that you were the one that was doing all this work, but now you're taking partial responsibility for why it failed. Why are you taking responsibility if he's the one that's doing all the
because she
funding?
didn't use magic words that could keep her safe, allegedly. You say magic words when you're saying stuff, then you don't get so nervous because then you say, well, I didn't actually say this. Why do you think when we talk about this, we insert certain words so that we cannot allegedly we cannot be accused of either defamation or any sort of libel, because it's all the word libel gets put into play and suddenly you have to make sure you didn't say anything specific. You just said allegedly.
That's not true, says Steven. That's true. Yeah, you're not wrong. And there's he did come out here and ended up saying that she did come out here and said that he threatened lawsuits. And I stopped listening to Crowder. He was not a pig. Wait, what? I don't even know what's going on. Was he not a pig? No, he was not a pig. A lot of people put a lot of shit on Crowder, but it's not even true. Like, if you go back, I have a video on this channel going over that actual footage that Hillary put out. You can see where in the curtain that it ends up like morphing in unregular ways. It's flowing regularly with the wind, and all of a sudden it like jumps in a weird way that wind pattern was not making sense there. So she edited the shit out of that stuff.
And from community notes to the Publica, and around this time was when the tea thing happened, and that's when I was like, wow, you suck.
Yeah, that was like that changed your impression of him, I guess.
Yeah, completely, because at that point I was used to the drunk calls. And I was used to, some of the other weirdness. But at that point, I didn't fully dislike him. I just thought, okay, this is a person who's, struggling, and he's got some stuff that he's dealing with. Fair enough. We all have that. And then, yeah, when he fucked my business, I was like, yo, this feels kind of personal and deliberate and shitty. And just being told, oh, structure your business better really upset me because, as you kind of probably got when I was DMing you, I love my company. Like, I put so much of my time into it. So yeah, that was really upsetting. That kind of changed my perspective of him.
Oh yeah, as it would, and that's why I asked you a question in DMs as far as the weird stuff. Like when you saw, because you would have everybody saw it. When you saw that Ren Fair clip, like what was your impression of it?
I just thought, why would you behave like that in public?
Yeah, simple, right? Like what do you?
Yeah, I mean,
guys don't go around saying out loud, "Can I put a baby in you?" Unless I'm talking to Kel, and I say, "Can I put a baby in you?"
Say normal guys don't say that shit.
I think you're mean, Cloud.
What? Oh, never mind. Shut up.
Anyway.
Sorry. I also saw what Tuck said. Oh, wow. I did not know. I completely believed it. Yeah, Tuck, like it was something that I just picked up on when I was watching the video. There's edits there that don't make sense. So she cut out all the things she ended up saying in that entire back and forth. Things were not adding up there.
I think a lot of this, especially as a woman commenting, people chalk all this stuff up to feminism, and they'll say things like, oh, women shouldn't have this perspective, and, oh, you're being too sensitive. But, in reality, I think that one of the primary functions of a man is to protect women and to make sure that women are not being creeped on. And if you're the man doing the creeping, there's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. And he quote tweeted that at me, and I don't know how he didn't have me blocked. He actually blocked me like 2 days ago before he deleted X, which was very shocking. It lasted that long. But when he quote tweeted at me, he said it was just normal banter, normal behavior. And I was blown away because I've never in my life wanted to follow people and film them. And,
No, that's odd behavior. That's bizarre behavior.
And you guys made fun of me for not wanting to film the fucking bunny girl.
That was different.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't filming the bunny girl. It was talking to.
You weren't filming her. If you had just talked to her, and if she had just had the exchange, and she smiled at you and said thank you, there wouldn't have been a thing. But you actively ran away from the bunny girl.
So I don't have moments like this shit.
You wouldn't have had any shit. You were at a convention, and she was trying to sell you something.
He was at a Ren Fair.
No, he was at a Ren Fair sneakily videoing people. She saw you with a camera and actively tried to get your attention to sell you something.
Jed just said Ricky Berwick is out there as pretending to be quarter pounder. Oh, I'm gonna have to go look this up once we're out here.
That's probably funny.
That's probably gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's using an AI filter.
When you were around him personally, I mean, does he act in a way like, especially when he's drinking, like because you went to probably like some meetups or whatever, like conventions together and did some events together? Like, was there ever any air of this, like him being weird as hell in public or anything like that?
No, not to my knowledge. The only incident that really stands.
Bowsette's Fury. There's a lot of lore. You guys are coming in. That's years ago.
That's years ago lore right there.
Here, Jed DM me the link. Once we get further into this, because she does eventually leave, we'll pull that up. Because it eventually becomes like nonsense that we don't really need to be listening to because they start bantering. But we'll stop then.
Out to me. You got to remember, it's been a couple years now. But the only incident that really stood out to me was the one where we go into a bar, a big group of us. I was chatting to a bloke that I ended up dating, that he and I just met that night. And yeah, on the way home, Jeremy was telling me that he's going to beat this guy up and he's going to fight him. And I was like, what's giving you this indication that you're going to fight another man to, I guess, for me, like not for me as on behalf of me, but for me as in to conquer, to take the woman back to cave. Like that was the vibe. And I was like, dude, I don't know what's giving you the indication that this is acceptable behavior, because at that point, you know, he'd been cool. Like, you know, he'd been someone who I was talking to about other relationships. We'd sort of talked about bits and bobs to do with our personal lives and things. And I was like, oh, this is like a friend. This is a friend, not someone who's interested in me. And that was when I was like, oh, Christ, no, sir, no.
Yeah, that goes back to the manipulation. Like he said earlier in his career, he was really, really good at like kind of like worming in and manipulating and kind of pulling at people's heartstrings. So that would make sense getting into those like conversations about personal stuff and how he's going to help and stuff like that to find his way in.
It's because he's a sneaky fucker. That's a scientific term. He's a male fucking feminist. His whole strategy is be the lady girl, the emotional tampon, and then potentially violate you. That's his whole entire strategy. I don't see any other way around it, allegedly, in my opinion. That it doesn't, nothing else would explain this behavior. If you're just a normal individual, you wouldn't be doing all this stuff and do the whole, like, I'm gonna fight this dude to end up coming out here and getting in your pants. No normal guy does that. You can pick up on whether or not this is a friendship relationship or like, oh, ha ha ha, lol, here, we're gonna be more than that. You can pick up on those. Jared can't. He's trying to force this shit. And again, he's a married man who's 40 years old.
That's my impression.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the motivation was or whatever, but this is also before all of the super awful crap went down. So, like, as in with my show ending and what have you. So, I don't know. Perhaps I'm naive, and I hate to admit that, but I think in some ways I'm a bit of a dum-dum when it comes to these interactions, because I go into it thinking, oh, we're cool, we're fine, we're mates. There's nothing else to this, and then I learn that I have misread the situation or misread the room, and I'm like, oh crap, and then have to navigate it. That was definitely a really, really weird situation, and I just was like, I mean, okay. And I mean, when I dropped him off at his hotel, I was just like, get out of my car, please, get out.
The quartering versus Brie Larson, Brie.
This is so weird, and I was so uncomfortable. And then, yeah, that bloke and I went on to date for a little bit. And then I met my now boyfriend. So, yeah.
Right.
Kel, you're cucked, man.
God damn it.
There's no, she's not ready for her, you know, her gilf.
There's always more feet.
He'll break her heart someday.
Yeah.
Come crawling back to.
God damn.
You'll find more feet, don't worry.
There'll be somebody else's feet you can love on. So.
And then after that, now is this before?
Who's talking with Cam? Sydney Watson. Sorry.
Or, I mean, well, this, you said it was probably the first instance. So, like, he would, like, drunk call you and say, like, kind of weird, strange shit, or text you weird shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think the drunk calling was really from day one. And again, like, I'm not gonna come down like a ton of bricks on this dude, because so many people have problems with alcohol. And I think that, you know, being fair to just humans, if someone's dealing with something and they're not ready to deal with it properly, yeah, substances play a huge role. I don't like working with people who have substance problems, because they almost inevitably cause problems for you and for everybody around you. And so I knew when we started working together, you gotta remember. So I'll
get you here in a second, Nick.
Maybe
Rose.
2020 or maybe 2021, I'm not sure. So we met, and then we were cool. He hit on me. It was whatever. I was like, all right, I'm gonna let it go because you were trashed. So let me let that go, and I won't hold it against you. You know, we've all done stupid shit when we've been drunk. And then when my show ended, so that was 2022, beginning of 2022. That's when he came along and was like, hey, let's work together. And because I'd seen how he is when he's drunk, and he's drunk a lot, I was like, hey man, you know, if we're going to do this, I really need you to sober up. And I really I really wanted things to work out, because that was like my absolute lowest as a person. When my show ended, I felt like a massive failure. Yeah. And I thought that I just was so sad, you know, like I just was so sad. And so I thought, great, you know, this is another opportunity to do something that's going to be fun and a lot less pressure, and hopefully just a better environment for me. And then it was just more of the same shit on a long enough timeline. And
wait, Nick Ross, were you not able to say obese? Let me read your thing real quick. Nick Rose for $2 says Jared is a very huge white version of Bobby Womack. Why wouldn't I let you say obese? That's YouTube has weird rules. If you guys do want to say,
no, YouTube's fucked. They will sometimes do stupid shit.
If you guys do want to say some more raunchy stuff, I have a stream elements down below. It does take cards and all that stuff. You can send more raunchy stuff there that I might have to censor out for YouTube, but you can say what you want to say.
I hate that, because I don't want to be an e-person who leaves this like string of drama and bodies behind me. I want to be the unproblematic queen. That's what I want. Yeah. And I can't have it because of my stupid decisions. So
Jeremy.
Well, I mean, her decisions haven't really been the reason. Well, yes and no, but I mean, with Blaze, that wasn't really your decision. It just happened. So Jeremy was your decision. But again, he's a sneaky fucker.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can divulge it, but Yellow Flashes, my boys in the chat. Do you okay? You've probably seen the crazy shit, and it's a meme, right? It's a meme that's likely true. But do you know anything about this weird situation in his personal life with this bull guy?
I don't, and I think, like I said, this to me is the sort of territory I don't want to get into, because as much as I don't like Jeremy and I think he's a butthole, and I know he's gonna, like, I'm gonna just say this ahead of time, he is going to lose his shit about me saying any of this. And like, as soon as you started this stream and I was tuning in, I was like, oh, I'm fucked. Like, I'm fucked. And
that might be why she came on, because no matter what, he's
exactly
gonna
why
lose
she
it.
came on.
Huh?
That's exactly why she came on, because she realized she said too much and now it's being aired out and she wanted to course correct.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop. He's still going to do this. He's still going to lose his shit. I mean, he still blames fucking D-Day Cobra for everything.
Yeah, I know. Fine.
He's still losing his mind, so he's going to lash out this week. If he doesn't have his Twitter account back reactivated now, he's going to be doing it here soon, and he's going to lash the fuck out. So
Clink, clink, go the fireballs.
Yep. Probably Wednesday. That's Fireball night.
So
Why is all the drama starting on Wednesday? Even the Chrissy Mayer stream was on a fucking Wednesday. Why is it Wednesday? What is wrong with Wednesdays?
Hump day.
Everybody's bored.
Probably.
I know, and it's probably going to be more of the like spurging out and the lying, and I know he's got DMs that someone else sent him, private DMs of mine that I had with a former friend that she sent him to get at me, and I know that he's going to probably post them, and it is what it is. And I don't mind explaining if that happens, and I don't mind owning crappy. That's my dog, I'm sorry. She's singing you all the song of her people. Yeah, I don't mind explaining things, because I'm not infallible. I've done dumb crap that I'm not proud of, but when you read private DMs without context and things, people then make their own decisions about what happens. So I don't mind. Like, I'm not trying to hide anything, but as far as getting into his personal life, I'm not going there, because I just think that's shitty. Like, other people can speculate, but for me, because again, like, this is a person I was friends with. Do I know things about his personal life? Yes. Does he know things about mine? Also, yes. And so I'm just, that's like a bridge too far for me.
Okay. And what is your, after everything that's happened? I mean, you sounded pretty like conclusive in DMs, but I might as well just ask, like, what is your impression of Jeremy Hambley now?
I really think he's one of these like nice guy TM people who swoops in when people are at their absolute lowest. Like, if you look at his progression of quote unquote co-hosts, they're mostly women, or mostly people who he scooped up when they were having the shittest time of their life. He grabbed me up when I was coming off the back of working with the human embodiment of Caligula, and he was like, hey, do you want to come work with me and do streams with me? And I was at my lowest. He knew I was at my lowest, and I felt like, oh, someone's finally being nice to me. I think you can probably say the same about some of these other women that he's worked with, getting fired by Tim and turfed by Tim, and he came along and was like, well, let me save you. And like that would be so noble and so wonderful if it wasn't perhaps a manipulation tactic. And I think that's what's so troublesome about this behavior, is you have this nice guy who on a long enough timeline actually demonstrates to you that he actually doesn't give a fuck about you. He cares about money. And I can respect the caring about money thing if you're just open about it. If it's like, hey, I actually don't want to.
Well, it's not just that he cares about money. He also just wants to get in your fucking pants. He uses women to get in their pants, and if they don't pay up, he starts losing his mind.
Well, here's the thing. Has he ever actually... Do we have any alleged evidence that he's ever closed a deal with any of these people he's pested on?
No, we have no evidence. We have this, but we can kind of...
I mean, he made moves on her, but she rebuffed him, and clearly he never scored. But
is that the reason he ends up getting all angry with her? Is because he
okay, that's the next question. I mean, rejection is some male egos cannot handle rejection. Some of us, you get rejected, we go fuck. We just go sulk in a corner and wait till it passes. But some guys get vindictive.
And Black Kane, you say probably allegedly, big allegedly with that one, probably Mel. All I'm gonna say is Mel is not. I have heard the rumors. They are rumors, but a lot of people have said that they're more than likely true. Allegedly, she is not. We already know
she's not that hard.
It's
not that hard.
She's a fake fucking Christian. With her, it is very easy to get in there. She's been passed around a few times. A lot of people have talked about it. A lot of people have discussed it. It is rumors, but at the same time, it would not shock me in the slightest. So it wouldn't shock me if she and Quartering did maybe link up. Because
that's really getting too close to the poo.
yeah, it's really getting too close to the poo. But I say this because I have not seen the Quartering bully Mel the way he'll bully Hannah Claire, or the way he's gone after Cindy Watson. He's usually
That's why I asked the
really
question.
Close.
That's why I brought it up for possibility, alleged reasons.
And then that could also be why Mel protects Jer so much, is she doesn't want to admit that
I married a gay man.
She married a gay man, and two, she's been near that crotch rot.
Oh, God.
She knows where the moles are.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeremy.
She knows about his ladybugs. Sorry, I had to do it.
Be your friend. I have no interest in, getting to know you or helping you or anything like.
He doesn't bully Hannah at all. Tiny, he has bullied Hannah a lot. He openly said on stream, "Shut up, bitch." Like under his breath.
I tell you to shut up, bitch, all the time.
Yeah, but it was like a serious situation, and she kind of undercut him, like a statement that he was saying, and he goes like, "Shut up, bitch." Like it was
uncensored, an unfiltered moment.
Yeah, and it was like, and then he tried to play it off as a joke, and it was like, that's not a joke. That's a very poignant "shut up, bitch." He's cruel to Hannah Claire.
That I literally just want to make a shitload of money. I'd be like, fair enough. All right, let's roll. Let's make a fuckload of money. Let's do it. But to pretend that it's something else, that really bothers me, and that feels very disingenuous.
Yeah, and that's what he's been doing that a lot. Like he, in every post he was posting a few weeks ago, he says people are betraying him, and he's been nothing but nice to everybody. He's the nicest guy in the world. Right?
It's so easy to say that when you genuinely view yourself as through this like savior complex, and you're not realizing that you're shivving people left, right, and center. Like it's mind-boggling to me that these people genuinely delude themselves into thinking they live in an alternate reality. This is why I said to you, these people are untethered from reality, and they do and say all this stuff that does not reflect actual reality. And when people go, "Hey, that hurt me. Hey, you did a thing that sucked," rather than owning it, they go, "No, just kidding. That's a you problem, and I never did that to you." And that's why, again, I feel crazy, and again, I know I'm fucked. Like I know I'm getting dragged in. I don't want to be dragged in. It is what it is.
Well, I mean, you chose to jump in. It's the perfect time to jump in and do what you did to Elijah Schaefer. It is the perfect time to just do a tell-all fucking video. Explain what went down, explain it all, say what you need to say, because you did the same thing with Elijah Schaefer when he was starting to get like fully exposed and everybody was talking about him after his thing. Just do it to Jer. It is the perfect time. You would end up actually winning.
Did this to myself by jumping on here and talking to you. I accept my fate. But
I don't want to interrupt you, but like this has been eating at your mind for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And I know you're like being real nice. You're like, oh, but like you don't like this guy, and a lot of people don't like this guy, and it's a very good reason. And I don't think anybody faults you for that even a little
What the
bit,
hell's
right?
Yeah.
So
Why is it pausing like that? What the fuck? That's weird.
he's burnt everything, and I mean he currently has co-hosts right now that are defending. Like, what do you think is the motivation for like the current co-host? Well, not all of them are defending him. They're not saying anything, but some of them are like defending him, saying everybody is lying, everything's lying, even the videos are lies. Say, I tell you, like, what is that motivation? Were you ever in that like thought process where you would do something like that, or is it just
no? Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, I think that people are very guided by money. And which, again, I get it. I respect it if you're honest about it. But I think the doubling down thing is that when someone pays your bills, you're not going to shiv them, are you? Because there's no incentive for you to do that. And so I think what people are missing in this equation is no one's going to turn around and destroy their boss unless there's some material benefit to doing that. And so as much as
The only one that would have a material benefit is Hannah Claire. You're never going to get Mel actually to do it. Mel is so fucking in deep. Hannah Claire might do it, but not Mel.
think it's icky. I understand. Like, I really get it. I'm lucky enough to be independent. I have the coolest community on YouTube and I love the shit out of my people. And I'm so grateful because they back me and they know that, when there's noise, they're like, well, let's just wait to hear what Sydney has to say. And I really appreciate that. But a lot of these other people don't have that.
Yeah.
And they get turned to the wolves.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You guys can chime in whenever you want when I say this. Hannah Claire, Jared said that Hannah Claire left this week and is leaving until midterm season starts, even though we're in primary season and it would be the perfect time to be there. because she wants to work on her own YouTube channel and take care of her kid.
Code for she wants to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I already made a comment on this, so.
Yeah, and I'm listening to what Sydney's saying here. Could it be that Hannah is trying her hardest to get to where Sydney is, that she does not need to rely on the however much money a month Jer is giving her?
Most likely.
It always is best to have your own independent source of income that is not required on somebody else to bolster and push you out there.
Yeah. And like I've looked at some of her videos. They're not for me. They're kind of, it's very femme-coded ways of looking at politics, but at least she can put together a good video and she can enunciate and actually stay on topic and not do the ohs, and I don't know, like Jer fucking did a video today on She-Hulk and Tatiana Maslany, although remember the culture war's dead, guys.
Such a nothing fucking burger story too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a nothing story, and he was like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. That was his commentary. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. And Beardo Raid, shout out Beardo. Thank you so much, buddy, for the Beardo Raid. I don't know if she is trying to set up the possibility for her to move. No, she can't. They suck so much. Tiny, I get it. You hate her, but come on. We're trying to be objective here, Tiny. I think she is trying to get it so that she could end up leaving. Mel doesn't give a fuck. I think Mel is 100% on the take. Mel is a part of this.
Also an idiot.
She's a fucking
brain
retard.
rot.
Her brain is not brain rot. Her brain is straight up fucking melted butter.
Listen, I can say this. I streamed with her once. It's very hard to do a stream when somebody doesn't give you anything back to work with. Okay? Very hard. Mel is a moron.
Yes. Mel was good back on like GameStop TV and everything like that. It is because she had a script and she was attractive. When she didn't have a script and was starting to age out, they got rid of her because, well, she's fucking retarded and can't actually talk. So she didn't suck. She would have left ages ago. Tiny, you also have to build up your own audience and stuff. You can't just leave and then do your own thing. You have to build that stuff up. So
Yeah, exactly. And
Tuck saying he likes Mel. Well, you're not gonna like me here. I hate her.
that's what I've been talking about. One of his co-hosts right now, like they don't have a big channel. Like they don't really have a lot to fall back on. So I understand the motivation, but I also would like, you know, just say like, hey, I'm in this for a paycheck. Leave me alone. I think a lot of people would respect that, but they're not doing that. And they're going this weird avenue. And I want your opinion on this. Like, Jeremy's been doing this thing where he keeps evoking like the name of Charlie Kirk for some reason and saying that he's so thankful for religion when stuff gets really bad. Like when the Ren Fair video went viral, he was posting about how Charlie Kirk inspired him and he's so glad he's a Christian now when he was getting like a lot of heat. Like, do you think that's really disingenuous? I feel like it's really disingenuous.
Oh, absolutely. And I bitched about this privately and probably publicly too.
Oh, here's the most based part. I will say, I remember this. This is the most based part.
These cultural Christians shit me to death because I think it's really wonderful if you are somebody who has some sort of enlightenment and you're like, yeah, I want to, become a Christian or whatever it is for legitimate reasons. But if you're just wearing Christianity as a skin to stop people from criticizing you and you're using it as a shield, I think that's so embarrassing. And this happens so much in right-wing politics. Not that Jeremy is necessarily in right-wing politics, but he's kind of adjacent. I can't speak to whether or not he's a Christian or not. I don't know. Maybe he truly is. But I do find it, the timing is always so interesting to me when people come under attack for very legitimate reasons. And then their immediate turnaround is to say, oh, I'm a Christian. You can't criticize me. Oh, I read my Bible and I go to church. Okay, bitch, then act like a Christian. And stop this silliness on the internet and actually act like a Christian.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is I'm listening to this. He was saying, I don't know if Jeremy does this, but the person I was thinking the entire time is she's calling out Mel. She's calling Mel out. Because that's what she does.
Just a more subtle version compared to what D-Day Cobra's been doing lately.
Yeah, or me, in which I fucking lose my shit. Because I can't stand it. I can't stand it for a fucking second, and I will lash out at that shit. By the way, again, shout out Raiders. We're at 142 likes, guys, and with 209 people watching. Can we get those numbers up? I believe in us. I believe in us.
100%. It's insane. And that's kind of what he's been doing, and just getting drunk and lying. And I think like you have a lot of experience with that.
Oh, I do.
And I do want you to, I want, like, I know it's, a lot of people are asking, like, is there a part?
Garfield Bizarre's Venture says people forget Camelot flagged junk media 5 years ago. He also took $55K from Comicsgate comic book. He never delivered. Camelot is another scammer. Listen, I'm not the biggest Camelot fan. Like some of the people we are aligned with right now, we're not the biggest fans of.
Listen,
but...
yeah. Let's put it here. I'm not a Camelot fan. I'm not. I never have been. I was there in the CG days. So, but we go where the information is being properly put out here, and he's the one being fed the information right now. So that's why we're here.
He took the $55K to sponsor Eat the Van Skyver by slapping Cyberpunk.
Oh, that's what he did?
True.
I thought he was. Did he put out a book too? Or was he about to?
No, he did not. No. Cash is right. It was all about putting the CG stuff on his stock car. And
yeah, he did. He's been crowdfunding a book forever, but he's yet to deliver. So maybe there's that.
That might be it. But I don't know whatever happened with that book. I know he was crowdfunding it for a little while, and then it kind of went away. So that might be what Garfield is mixing up there. So is the quartering blackmailing her or not? He is blackmailing her. He is blackmailing her 100%. There's something he has on her that she does not want out. So paid $500 to support his first NASCAR thing, which put my name on the car, but I tried contacting him for a week with questions about that before, and he never responded. I tried DMs and comments. I have no idea. Look, this is where our information is right now, guys. Cam's also been nice to me, even though I've told him to his face that I'm not his biggest fan. So
if somebody else was the one disseminating information, Jeremy would be watching that and we'd be commenting there. This is just where Sydney Watson went to Camelot, so that's why we're here.
And Camelot's been on the case of this, and right now it's like I'm aligned with Nina Infinity. Disagree with Nina Infinity on a lot. I'm aligned with Brittany Venti. I'm an anime and a VTuber fan. You guys could probably figure out that matchup. And I'm aligned with Camelot, and I've criticized Camelot to his face. Yeah. Odd companions here is what I'm trying to say.
Strange bedfellows made.
Yes. And Tiny's over here simping for Camelot. Keep it in your pants, woman.
Part of you or a small part of you that's like legitimately kind of afraid of Jeremy, do you think?
That's a really good question. I'm gonna say yes. I hate this about myself.
Blue-eyed Scorpio says, I'm just being a character witness in agreement. I'm here because that's where the info is coming from. That pretty much, yeah.
I said this when I made my Elijah Schaefer video. This is one of the worst characteristics I have, and I have a couple really bad characteristics, but one of them is I minimize myself because I don't want the drama. And I somehow, I don't know. I know that it's kind of silly to say because I've been in 2 back-to-back drama situations where I've then, had to wait years to be able to have my say and to be like, hey, this is actually how it went down, or at least this was how I interpreted things.
Garfield Bizarre Adventure, I won't disagree with that.
So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm fearful from the perspective that people know that I don't want to be involved, and they know I probably won't say anything, and so it kind of gives them license to come at me a lot. And because I don't also want to burden my people, my audience, my viewers with drama, so I just stay out of it, and that actually eats at me.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, because it's like an overthinking thing. Well, and I told you this in DMs, but I think it's very, very important, and it is hard to convince yourself. It's an easier said than done thing, right? But yeah. I don't think Jeremy has any power. I think he likes to pretend like he does, especially not right now. I think people really, really respect the fact that you were just here. I mean, Shoe on Heads in the chat, she said we love you.
I love Shoe. She's so cute.
Yeah, and there's obviously always going to be trolls and whatnot, but I don't think Jeremy has any power. I think all of his power is through threat.
Well, you know what? Actually, the one thing he could
I would say he's lost power at this point.
He's lost power, tons of power. Do you think you go back to that Stutter and Craig situation like that? He got shown to be fucking toothless. The big thing that Jer has on everybody is just this weird YouTube power that some people are saying YouTube's pissed off that he's using. So we don't even know what's going on with all that. And I think what I'm willing to bet, the more I listen to this, is Cam's trying to talk her into, we need to talk about this. This is what I'm kind of hearing, is he's trying to, go like, hey, it's gonna be bad, it's gonna be painful, it's gonna be a thing, but there's nothing really here that he can do, and she's struggling with that. That's what I'm kind of getting from this.
That's fair. It's a fair assessment.
I think she's still terrified and thinks that it's gonna be really bad when it's probably not. So, I see Gamer says, I don't want to say good job on calling out John De La Rose earlier today. I do want to say good job on calling.
John De La Rose
Yeah.
is a piece of shit.
Yes.
He is a fake fan, a fake nerd. He hides behind his fucking religion. We've been calling him out on various stages for weeks. Hell, I've been trying to get the block on Twitter. I can't get it.
He refuses to block people. That's the kind of guy he is. But I've ratioed him a couple times now, so good on me. I love it. He's a fucking scumbag of the highest order, and it will be it will be a great day when he finally leaves the fucking internet.
Listen, he's been a villain since the old days of when CG was normal. He was a villain then. He's a fucking now.
And again, he is an actual woman abuser. He is an actual furry. He has weird degenerate kinks, and he sold woman smut pretending to be a woman. He stole a woman's image to sell smut.
And he's a fake author. During the whole Starfleet Academy thing, he's saying, I've come out with Space Academy Volume 1. And these things come out within weeks of each other. That means there's no editing, there's no thought. It's pure, probably AI GPT slop. And he goes, I'm a #1 best-selling author. No, motherfucker, you are a failed comic creator. You're a failed author. You're a coward who hides behind a religion he probably doesn't really believe in. And you push fake fucking rumor news. You have no fucking sources at Marvel. You have no sources at Warner Brothers. You have no sources anywhere. Go fuck yourself.
Book's so good, he has to give them away. Yeah, and they're not good enough to whip my ass with. And I meant wipe, but I said what I said. I'm sticking with it. They're not worth it.
Just gonna actually rip the band-aid off. This was my shitty behavior during the Publica thing. So Jeremy, I'm taking this out of your arsenal. So one of the things he's threatened me with is that a girl I formerly worked with, things didn't go well. We had a fallout. I won't name her because I don't think
Who's a furry? John De La Rose.
she wants to be associated with any of this. Fair enough. She leaked a bunch of private chats to him where I trashed the shit out of him. And I want that to be really clear. I said some not nice stuff because at the time I was like, fuck this guy. He's making my life hard. He tried to murder my company right as it was trying to get out of the crib. I was like, fuck this guy. So yeah, I was a bitch. I was a very, very nasty person in DMs to friends of mine, just by the way, just mates of mine that I trusted implicitly. Well, silly me, I guess. And right there at the end, and this is the minimizing myself thing, he was calling me. Oh, sorry, I'm walking.
Real quick, Corey says she goes into how she basically backed out of Publica thing. I think Quartering is just holding over the website development work and cost. Like he'll take her to court over it, which he might do it because he's on the verge of bankruptcy.
Hang on, I'm stressed. I have to sit.
Oh, Adam, did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard that. Well, I heard from yesterday that his overhead that he can't afford this.
Yeah. He makes $3,000 a month on YouTube, and his overhead
I heard
is $20,000.
Yeah, I know. I heard that.
It's bad.
I'd love if I made $3,000 a month on YouTube. I'd be fine. I'd be perfect. My life would be great.
Tiny YouTubers like me and Adam, that'd be heaven.
$3,000 a month, I could move my family to Florida and be happy right now. If I'm making $3,000 a month on YouTube, that would be glorious.
That would be an extra $3,000 a month I could use to pay off my debts and then potentially move.
I could move and I could set up shop. I could begin a whole new phase of content creation in Florida. Just that I'm a normal person. I have normal bills. I'm not trying to pay a fake like Melanie or keep your RC track in from the rain or shit like that. No, $3,000 a month. That's a fucking fortune to a person like me right now.
Most YouTubers don't have the overhead that fucking Jared does. Most YouTubers just have to pay for their rent, their internet bill, and if they use StreamYards or shit like that. That's their overhead. It's not a whole lot, but when you're a small YouTuber, it can be a whole lot. It can be a money sink. It can be fucking annoying. But when you're Jared getting $3,000 a month, it ain't worth it. You need to get a new job. You're not tiny. I'm tiny. I am a small YouTuber. I'm almost 5K.
But I'm actually not. This is stressing me out. I just
I used to be bigger than him.
Oh, no. Tiny. He used to have 2 editors, and yes, you did used to be bigger than me. You were.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I used to be the guy with the biggest channel in our group, and now Jeremy is.
that's right. I'm the one that sets the rules now, baby. I want more women in bikinis, but
I'm gonna punch you in the head.
yeah, that's true. Tiny. Remember, he also paid a guy $4,000 a week to find fucking shorts. He had 2 editors at one point in time, not 1, 2, and I know both of them. We all know Lofty Pixels, and the other one's Steven Voiceover. Steven Voiceover is the one that did that really good J6 thing. They're both they were both his editors. Now it's just Steven. Like he has so much shit that it's not worth it.
Okay, so yeah, so DMs were leaked to him, and when the Publica was ending, one of the things that we wanted to do, because I love the team, we had all these writers and content creators, and they were great people, and so they relied on the Publica for jobs, right? And so the girl that I was working with was like, hey, I don't think we can kill this, because then, you know, we're putting 10 people out of work, which is horrible. You know, that's a really, really horrible place to be. So I, behind the scenes, was trying to find an investor, going really hard, just like, okay, I called everybody that I knew who could possibly connect me with an investor. And
Wait, oh, I read that as Ethan Van Sciver got the same deal as Ricada. Yeah, Quartering, Ricada both destroyed their deals. I don't know where I got EVS out of that.
ended up meeting somebody just by chance at an event, and he was like, yeah, I'll help you fundraise to start a new project. And so at this point, Jeremy was constantly calling me going, oh, you owe me hundreds of thousands of dollars for this website. And I was so stressed out. I was in the middle of this lawsuit. I was in a weird place financially. Like, I definitely didn't have a ton of money, but and I was working for free so freaking much and not getting paid, which is, again, it's fine. It's a business. I get it. But I was not getting paid. So I had no money, or very little money, I should say. I wasn't earning as much as I could have been. And so I said to him, I made out like my financial position was worse than it was in order to extricate myself. I wanted him to feel bad, and I wanted him to be like, oh, I'm doing her a favor. I get to wear my nice guy hat and let her go from this project. And he did. And he did. And, you know, I know that's manipulative and I know that's shitty, but that's the thing that's been eating at me that I don't want him to expose. I totally did that because I wanted out.
It's not the worst thing you could have done. And if that is what he's going to expose, it's like there's nothing really there. And you got out the way you needed to get out. So what else could he expose? There has to be something more.
And I wanted this person to stop harassing me and calling me and stop telling me that I owed him hundreds of thousands of dollars when I've been doing all this free work and, you know, trying to coordinate and trying to get this thing off the ground. And so I was like, yeah, dude, my situation sucks. I'm super impoverished. Please release me. And he was like, yeah, I'll hold on to the company. And, you know, you can buy me out at a later stage when you're in a better financial position. And I was like, and you know what, honestly, I probably would have done that if we hadn't have been working on a different company already.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, I actually don't think, I think she chat or said something similar. I don't think those DMs would even matter because here's the issue. Like, he's harassing you for money, like all the time, and he's also not paying you as much as you should be paid.
No, he didn't pay me at all. That's the thing. Didn't pay me a single red cent. And so, you know, it's embarrassing to admit because I don't want to be an untrustworthy person, but that is one of the shittier things I've done.
Like, that's a nothing burger. Am I missing something, or am I just not a woman?
I don't know. I'm extracting artifacts from weapons in Crimson Desert now.
There's something I'm missing here, and it's driving me up a wall. Unless
what you're missing is what she hasn't told you. That's what you're missing. You're missing the piece of information that neither of these people have shared on stream that were further down at the DMs with Camelot cut short. That's what you're missing.
There's something else that she's trying to cover up, and they're still trying to pry out from her, and I think she's just being too much of a woman right now. Camelot, say it! Not Camelot. Cash! I'm half asleep. Shut up.
Say what? She's a fucking woman that makes her stupid?
Exactly. I needed you to say it, not me.
And it was just largely because I was talking to my friends behind the scenes, one of whom actually was in a very abusive marriage. She left, and I said, this is the person I'm working with. I don't trust him to not flip the fuck out and go off at me publicly.
And Corey, yeah, if you guys watch the June the King documentary, he's put a lot of money into shit that was just crap. And then when it came to, I don't remember if it was Game Finder or if it was just Real Games, a lot of that was just put together by a bunch of cheats.
because obviously, in this silly game of internet, whatever that we're doing, it is imperative that you don't misstep and do horrible crap that makes people hate your guts.
Yeah.
It makes it very hard to do this. And so I was terrified that if I just simply said to him, I want out, I can't pay you this random ass sum of money that you're talking about, he would attack me and he'd come at me. And I was genuinely fearful of that. So she said, one of the things you probably could do here that would help you get out of the situation is minimize yourself. Be a baby person, be a victim, and allow him to rescue you. And I thought, well, that's embarrassing as shit, but all right, I'm going to do it. And then I got a bloody DM from somebody, because he'd obviously been talking to people about it. And I got a bloody DM from someone, and they said, oh, I hear you're in financial hardship. And I was like, oh my God, even if this was true, and I was as impoverished as I'd made out, I was like, you're telling people that? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, when you're saying that, like, you owe him money and you're afraid of what he's going to say, or what he's gonna, do you feel like you were like in a blackmail situation?
I feel like I was being, pushed into a corner.
Yeah.
It was mad because I got where he was coming from, saying, I'm funding this thing, I want to see something for it. But I also kept thinking to myself, that's fine, mate, but you got to bloody turn up and actually freaking contribute. Like, what the hell do you mean? You're just going to bitch at me privately, call me drunk, say all this crazy shit, tell me that you're going to pull the plug on 10 people's jobs, which would have been horrific, just by the way. And then you're going to spread it was such a cluster.
Well, I mean, he did end up pulling the plug on 10 people's jobs. Where's Publica now?
Fuck. And like, again, I don't want to be a person that people associate with horrible, manipulative, shitty behavior. But I mean, I suppose if I've got to own it, I've got to own it. Yep. Totally had to minimize myself to get out of that bloody situation. And I'm sad that it didn't work out, because I actually think we had something really cool brewing. But at the end of the day, it's like, I can't work with people like that. It's just awful.
I mean, he's a, and for lack of a better phrase, I've been talking about it for a while. Like, he's a pretty bad person. He's a pretty shitty person. I don't think anybody sees you as a bad guy in any way, shape, or form in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've definitely tried my absolute best to not be a fuckwit, in my time on the internet. I've misstepped. I've definitely stepped in some potholes and acted like a complete moron from time to time. But, I think a lot of the people who are content creators who know me and who are watching this, even if we've, had conflict or whatever at some point, I think a lot of them would be like, yes, it's all right. And that's what I want people to feel. And
He might have actually been propositioning her there, and Sydney didn't even realize it. I don't know. Have a good night, son of Gallifrey. I don't know if he was actually propositioning her. He probably was trying to, weaponize money over her and trying to be a bad person about it and just trying to, like, leak that shit. Because we've been seeing it, it's not as bad as what he's done to other people so far, but still, it's kind of shitty. And she should just talk all about it and just put out a fucking video on it. Like, right now, what we're getting is kind of, I'm falling asleep because I'm remembering, I don't remember what else happens, and I'm just getting, it feels like she's trying to find excuses as to why we can't go forward.
I don't want to be somebody that gets associated with lying.
And by the way, genius, wait, no, that's not genius. It's genius anus. That's what it is. She tried not to be an F-wit failure. She tried to protect herself, and something didn't work out well. It didn't work out well. There's something that she doesn't want us to know.
Dishonesty and shittiness, because if that's going to be my mark in the world, that sucks. No, thank you. And so to be associated with somebody who's kind of built this brand on, like I said, nice guy TM, like, okay, dude, but is actually kind of hurting people, not physically, but, hurting people in financial ways or threatening them. And I mean, like, the dude was threatening to sue me over this $100,000 or $200,000, whatever the hell number he's pulling out of his butt. He was threatening to sue me over all this. And I'm thinking, this is so unhinged, bro. Like, do you not understand that the amount of work that I did for free because I wanted this thing to succeed? Meanwhile, you're just, flopping around like a fish on a deck and not contributing. I was like, oh, you are out of your bloody mind.
Well, he just wanted he wanted the money like he got from the team thing. Like, he just wanted the more money.
Yeah. Well, he was always intensely I think perhaps intensely jealous of Tim Pool, because Tim's memberships on his website are quite high from my understanding.
Right.
And Jeremy was like, hey man, we can like achieve this and make a shitload of money a month. And again, I've just come out of a situation where I had a really nice paycheck that's now gone, and I'm going.
You're just saying she has a alcoholic predator boss pattern. To be fair, Elijah was not her boss. He was her co-host, but yes, she has a problem there.
Oh shit. And I just moved into a house to be closer to the company I was working for, and now I'm living in this house with a rent that I somewhat can't pay. And so, to have this person be like, oh, let's do all these things and let's make all this money, I was like, that sounds awesome. But failing to realize that to actually get to Tim Pool level of membership and content and members only content, you really got to put in the time. That's a full-time job.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he idolizes Tim Pool and just wants to jump there. He doesn't want to put the work in because he's a fucking scam artist. That's why he hates Indians. They're better scammers than him.
I mean, I've been on Timcast a bunch, and that is like some high level shit out there. I
Jesus.
mean, I'm sure you've been over there, but like,
Wait, have you not noticed that, Cash?
Cash. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I just never put that together until you said it out loud, to be honest with you. And it was funny.
It is funny, but it was sometime last week where he's just going off about like AI slop videos that they keep putting out, and it's all these scam artists and stuff, and it's just me sitting there like, no, you just hate them because they're better than you. That's the only reason you hate them.
would you say, like, I've heard
Go ahead.
Said he's just hating the game.
Yeah, he just hates the game.
this a lot. Like, would you say that like the quartering is kind of like obsessed with the level of Tim Pool or Tim Pool himself or something?
Yeah, I would say that he's definitely got to be in his bonnet about Tim. And like, I don't know why, because I don't think he even registers to Tim.
Yeah, for sure.
It's that meme. I don't know what movie it's from, but there's like a scene. It's an older bloke, and he's like, "I don't think about you at all."
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Look,
It's not true because Tim talks about the quartering a whole lot more than people realize. They actually have a more personal relationship, but I think the quartering wants to be Tim, and Tim doesn't realize that the quartering is just out to snake him.
at the end of the day, I mean, I didn't want this to turn into like a Sydney bashing Jeremy fest, but I think like this is similar to how I felt about all the Elijah Schaffer stuff. I have held on to so much for years and years and years. And the irony for me is literally just this afternoon, someone tweeted at me and they said, Sydney, are you ever going to talk about the Jeremy thing? And I was like, probably not. There's nothing that I can say that hasn't already been said. And here I am,
Pause
like an
real
absolute
quick.
schmuck.
Yeah.
I love this. She says this, and then she's gonna double back again and go, "Well, then I came on your show," and then she's gonna double back again. Watch.
She did. You're not wrong.
6 hours
Yeah.
later, no.
So I own that. You know, people are gonna be like, "Oh, she tweeted this and then immediately talked." Yeah, I know. I guess that when you messaged me, and a couple of the other boys who have DM'd me about this, you know, and we've talked a little bit, they'll, you know, be able to testify that I'm just frustrated because people have been talking about me a lot, and it's the same thing with, you know, the Elijah stuff. It weighs on you for years and years.
Actually, Anus, because I can't say your first name right now, Tim has not been successful at the journalism. They're only now reopening the newsroom. So they have not been successful at that. They actually ended up losing money.
You can't say the word genius.
Genius anus. My brain's not. Shut up, bitch.
Just like John Doe, you were whipping your ass with John Joe's book.
Well, that's because I was on my phone. I'm half asleep right now. It's been a long fucking weekend. Shut up. The real question is, what locale deadly sin does quartering represent? A lot of people say envy, while DSP is definitely greed. Oh, fucking... The quartering is the whole pantheon of the sins. Like, all 7 of them, that's the quartering. There is no, like, he just represents one of them. It is all of them. He's prideful, he's envious, he's greedy, he's gluttonous, he's lustful, he's slothful, he's fucking, what's the last one?
Wrath.
Yeah, he's wrathful. He has all 7 of them, and he shows them daily. He's all of them. It's so fucking disgusting. Tim Pool lost a lot of money after the Tenet Media debacle. That is, they didn't lose a lot of money, but they lost enough money that it was kind of an issue. And it was because they were also licensing it, so...
Yes, everybody talks around you and you don't say anything because you just don't want to be involved. But then these narratives transform about you. These narratives pop up.
Jeremy also jealous of Tim Pool. No, I have a great hat. I would never wear a beanie. Fuck off.
And, you know, I don't want anybody to think when you said to me, "Oh, I thought you not talking meant that you were buddies." I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. Nope. We're not doing that.
Yeah. I have I don't know why this is like a meme, but were you ever required to sign an NDA or currently under one?
No, I think that was an accidental miscommunication on my part with Worski, because I was like, oh, the Kino Casino boys have been talking about Elijah Schaffer, and someone was like, oh, they asked if you would come on and talk about it, and I DM'd Worski and I was like, hey, I'm like NDA'd to shit on that front, so like, sorry, I'm not able to talk. And then directly afterwards I said something about the quartering, I think, and there was a bit of a miscommunication there. So no, I've never signed an NDA. Jeremy's never asked me to sign an NDA. The only NDA I have is with my former employer.
Okay, and I have a burning ass question that I've been thinking about this whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know. This is kind of weirdly unrelated, but do you have any like?
Have a good night, Bowsette's Fury. Probably we might be streaming again tomorrow night. If not, I'm gonna be working on the video. I might stream tomorrow night because Kino Casino Boys will be not streaming, and I could actually do something. So we might cover some other shit then.
idea where his like coffee company, if it exists or if it's located anywhere? Do you know?
I know. Yes and no. I know that's so unhelpful. I don't know a ton about their operations. What I only know is from the 3PL vantage point. And for people who are not familiar with that stupid terminology, a 3PL is a fulfillment center.
I really don't care about this part. This part is just her talking about the business details. It's practically drop ship, but it's not drop ship, and she doesn't know if it is white label or drop ship or whatever it is. She just knows that he has employees, and then they go off about like flavoring and like shit like that, and the FDA might actually have a case here. That's practically it. So I'm sorry, I'm just getting so bored of listening to this right now. And I'll re-listen to.
I've started playing Crimson Desert. That's how bored I am.
Yeah, I'll start listening to it again tomorrow to get what I need to do. Hey, have a good night, Garfield. There's some things I need to rewatch it. I need to analyze it. I need to do it not on stream where I'm just able to like focus in and realize what needs to be talked about.
You got most of it already. I mean,
yeah,
you got like the rest of it's just kind of bland, and then she leaves, and then Cody wraps up with super chats.
Yeah, but I do want to show. I will say there's this. I'll share it with you guys real quick because somebody said it early. I think Tiny said it earlier, and I was hinting at it. I was gonna pull it up towards the end, and then we'll get that Ricky Berwick thing. Candace did in fact talk about the quartering.
Well, gosh, another grifter trying to grift.
Yeah.
Also a hateful bitch.
A hateful, awful human being versus a hateful, awful human being. And like the quartering has
to quote Chronicles of Riddick, sometimes you need one evil to fight another evil.
Yes, and quite frankly, the quartering has been making a lot of videos on Candace. So you know what? All's fair. I just gotta say it, all's fair in this one.
I wanted to let you know that the quartering has messed with you on X and is now facing a potential lawsuit involving false flagging and deplatforming other YouTube channels, as well as for doxing and harassment. That's very interesting. I did not know that. I will look into that. I had no idea. Who is suing him? I know nothing about that. I just read these comments live, so I wasn't expecting that one, and I can't really add anything to that. But I thank you for giving me that tip.
That's all we got there. But that's, you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. No, stop it. Stop it. I'm here for it. I am here for that. Let her torch him. Let them fight. I'm here for it. Probably not.
Triple fight.
Yeah.
One evil to fight another.
Exactly. Let me get that Ricky Berwick thing that Jed was telling me about. We got those. And then again,
Steve,
a lot of
you are free to give her a tip.
Don't do it, buddy. Don't do it. That's a bad. Wait, what is this? Camelot. Oh shoot. What is this? Oh, Camelot just got kick partner. Sorry, I was trying to quickly read that real quick because I did not know what was going on with that one. But let me get that thing from Jed. The DM'd it to me. Oh God, what is this? This is cripple quartering. Crippled quartering. I'm gonna share it with you. I hate how Discord does this. I'm gonna share it with you guys real quick, and then I'm gonna probably wrap it up for the night. But we got crippled quartering.
Hello, guys. Crippled Jeremy here from the quartering. I'm drunk, but that's okay. I still hate women. Fuck women. But you know what women I do like? Melanie Mac. She's hot. But don't tell anyone, or I'll remove your fucking channel and blame it on my editor. Oh, fuck with
That's
me.
pretty fucking funny.
Oh, we're not even done. It feels.
Oh God.
Oh God, it's so accurate.
Did I mention I'm drunk and I'm in my basement? Once this video's over, I'm gonna go piss in that corner over there. But don't tell anyone or I'll remove your fucking channel. You think I'm fucking joking?
Oh god. The AI did not pick up that one. It's so creepy.
I'm Jeremy, Crippled Jeremy from the Quartering, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm drunk. One last thing, I'm gonna be live over on my YouTube channel. Come check it out. I love you.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus.
That last
So it sounds like when I say it.
a little bit, yeah. Yeah, just a little bit. That oh god, it's creepy. That was not, oh god. That last little bit. Can I download it? Oh, I can't download it. I'm downloading it real fast. Okay, got it. Okay. Did I have anything? Well, I'll save some of the statements that I was gonna go over tomorrow because like Nerderotic put out a statement and all that, and I might go over the Chrissy Mare stuff just to be on the safe side. And I need to get all my things.
Chrissy Mare news won't happen until Wednesday at this point. That's the next round of that.
I could show you. There's a small segment when Camelot went on D-Day Cobra's stream where he openly says that this was Chrissy's plan, and Chrissy told him that this was her plan to cause the drama and everything. So I might plan this out because again, this was not a planned stream. This was all impromptu. It is a little bit more chaotic than I was expecting, and then got a whole lot more boring. But I mean, all in all, we did pretty damn good tonight, guys. I was not planning for this, but let's start wrapping it up. Do you guys want to pimp anything out before I leave?
Just check out my channel, Renaissance Nerd.
Go check them out. And anybody
Go check
else?
out Horny Alf. Go check out Horny Alf's channel where we played Shooters, Blood, and Teeth on Sunday night.
And tomorrow night we'll be playing Return to Moria on Horny Alf's channel as well.
Okay, go check them out. I'm gonna deafen and I'm gonna sign off for the night. So I'll see you guys here in a bit. And I'm gonna turn them off real quick because again, this was not a planned stream, guys. I had something completely different planned out for tonight. This was all like very last second. So all in all, it did work out well. I was not expecting anything. I told people to go over to Kino Casino if you would rather watch them. Again, this was not what I was expecting for tonight. But tomorrow I will be back with an actual proper planned out thing. We'll go over the Chrissy Mare stuff. We'll go over a lot of that things, and we'll talk about some of the things that people have said after the fact because, well, quite frankly, there's a little bit of hidden messages that I'm picking up on. And like I said, she knew the whole fucking time. So in the meantime, guys, you all have a lovely night. Have a lovely day wherever in the world that you guys might be at. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.